welcome to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. And welcome to the conclusion of the first week of Esports Valorant Winter Rumble. A fresh season for all our teams means a fresh chance for anyone to claim the top spot in tonight's grand finals. Southeast High School is actually unable to make their semifinals versus the Ghosts, so the Ghosts will automatically move on straight to the grand finals, which means we are left with the Drought and Floods, which face off for the second spot in our grand finals tonight. And, you know, it'll be a best of three, so stay tuned for that one. I'm your host, Brandon Red Hots Kozianczyk, and I am joined by Greg Old Soul Smith. And Greg, I kind of want to ask you, Droughts are kind of usually an offensive team, and Flood are usually kind of more of a defensive team, so they're kind of polar opposites tonight. How do you think they'll stack up together against tonight? What will be the crucial game points?
Yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that. Grab that. I'm really looking forward to a match between the two. Hopefully they can learn something from each other as they play through. I'm expecting a really intense half as they really bout it off, and then maybe a weaker half where they're trying to figure things out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, Floods have kind of always traditionally, at least last Esports Tower, they kind of had a struggle on offense, but I will say last week they looked pretty good on that offense, and so, you know, it really kind of comes down to, I think, of, you know, the practice week, right? Because a good week of practice can always mean good things, but, you know, a bad week of practice can really make the difference here. So, you know, when it comes to practice, do you think, like, a bad week of practice can sometimes make you play better in games? Because, like, you know, you're kind of like, we've lost all week, what else do we have?
Yeah, I think, I think like any other sport, putting yourself in a difficult position is really how you grow. You know, you can't play comfortably for a week and then jump into the semifinals.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, coming from, you know, competitive like wise, you know, sometimes you have a really bad week of practice and you're like, man, it's not going to go too well. And then you have your best game you ever have. So it's like sometimes things just click and stuff like that. But we're going to get straight into the Docs keys of the game. So in Docs keys, Valorant, make sure you focus angles and flank. Always got to watch that. Know your win condition, especially a game like this. Count your cards, call your abilities, and click heads. This is presented to you by Esports Tower. Scroll pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And so our first map's actually going to be on Breeze, which is a pretty, I think, interesting map. I think we've kind of seen some agents here and there try to work. I think Viper for sure is a really good, you know, agent on this map, and I think we'll kind of see. Anything else you kind of got going on for agents on this map?
A Cypher. I really like seeing Cypher's pick for this one. His cameras are just so much, you know, they get so much utility in open spaces. Yeah,
I think Fang was last week for the landslides, I believe. He had an incredible Cypher. I mean, sometimes you think Cyphers obviously kind of just play with their little angles and do stuff like that, but he had some really cool smokes on A side going onto boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
he was surprisingly aggressive for a sentinel position.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I kind of hope to see that. I always like seeing these agents be used in unique ways, and I think the Esports Tower really is a place to kind of showcase that and stuff like that, especially like Sova's. I'm a big fan of Sova as always. I think his lineups are always sick. So, and we always saw like the Viper lineup, so, you know, excited for that.
Yep.
I don't think we saw like too many oppers last week, but, you know,
not really. I think we had like a Marshall or an opper like here or there, but it was less than I thought it was going to be. So hopefully we see some more of that today.
And this is the last spot for the grand finals, guys. So this is the last game of the semifinals brought to you live at Esports Tower. So whoever wins this, we play in the Ghosts in the finals, and we're going to see Pryor insta-lock that Viper.
Usually I'm against insta-locking, but the Viper's a good call for sure. I guess they're all probably decided ahead of time, but...
Yeah, I mean, I know Pryor is traditionally a really good Sova player. He's had some really good Sova moments that we've seen in the past, and so it kind of makes sense. He's been putting a lot of work into the Viper, we've been told, so I think it just makes sense for him to kind of work on another lineup character. We already see a Chamber, though, so seems like on the side of, I think it's the Droughts, they're only opting with the Viper smokes, whereas Flood is going to kind of go with the Astra and Viper. So they got a lot of smokes on the side of that team.
Yeah, I think vision denial is really important in this. I'd like to see how the Droughts do with so little. I guess the Jet can give you a little bit of smoke as well, but those are, you know, those can't be remote activated as well as Vipers can.
Yeah, I think those are. I think Jets is more like a. It's almost like an aggressive smoke. Like you're using it more so for selfish reasons, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what kind of Jet does. Like you use it for your benefit.
It's more for mobility.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's so many times where we've kind of seen, you know, smoke dash into the smoke and then, you know, stuff like that. And now that there's not a Sova, you don't really have to use those smokes for that.
And speaking of mobile vision deniers, we see some good flashes here too, though. So they've got the whole toolkit both sides, honestly.
The one thing I do want to see tonight in terms of Esports Tower overall in this game is I want to see some aggression from these Reynas. I think sometimes we've kind of seen Reynas, at least last week, be a little too defensive with their Empresses, and I really want to see someone just rip that Empress and get real aggressive with it. Yeah,
which is interesting. I'm usually not asking for more aggression from the Reynas. Yeah. They usually bring it on their own account.
Seems like they're kind of just open in mid here on the Floods, just kind of taking it, seeing where they want to go with it, which I think is pretty interesting. Usually we kind of see on Breeze a full commit to an A or B with maybe one kind of lurker mid, but oh, they do get a pick onto A, so I think they're going to try to get that.
Yeah, we see them moving straight over. Just got to take care of Delete, and they'll have this site far from any drought.
So Delete does get the 1-for-1, but it seems like he's stalling them. They are kind of low on the side of Floods here.
Ooh, Delete with the reload. Almost was able to take one, but gets behind yellow. Delete's backup is on its way. There might have a little contact in mid here. Ooh.
Okay.
Is that a frenzy on both sides? A little bit of ring around the rosy. Just some
Cruz and Pebble going back and forth. Cruz does get it. He does pop the overheal, but he did pop it a little too early, and so he ended up getting a... Ooh, Rafa. Another pick. We have a 2-on-2 here, but the Drought side, they're really low.
Floods has site control, and on the one person left, Devin's taken.
Honestly, I think the Sheriff buys on this map is pretty good because, I mean, it's kind of an open area for the A, so like the fall-off damage is not nearly as much as, you know, Classic, you could say.
Definitely. And I'm hoping that because of that, they're, you know, teasing us with the op later. Maybe I'm getting excited, but I do like to see those long-distance plays.
Yeah, I think it usually kind of depends on the second round here. Usually we see, traditionally in the past, we've seen Jet players kind of not buy in the second round. They kind of just keep their Ghost, and then they have enough to get that op on the third round, so... I guess we'll kind of see what they ended up doing, but that was overall, you know, a great round.
Yeah, it was pretty meticulously played.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. First, I was like, they're going pretty slow. They don't know what they're doing, but they kind of like took them off one by one, took the site, was standing in mid to evaluate both sides. I like that.
Seems like Boof is just kind of just holding this. Floods looks like they're kind of overloading this A this time. Ooh. We got 2 bullets from in the chamber here in Orthodox, so he's got 2 potential headshots there. Oh, that's a little tragic timing.
They really took Boof pretty hard, but now Orthodox knows what to expect. Goes for one of them. Oh. Those 2 bullets are out.
He does get him pretty low, though. Although it is the Reyna, so if Reyna does get a reset, they can kind of heal all up.
Lead shows his face. 2 more on the way, but until then, they
nice
have
flank.
sight. Running out of time.
Oh, great raid right there. Oh, man, the Classic is such an interesting pistol.
It's so good. And they can't nerf it.
It's just like, I mean, the thing is like sometimes you can right click right there, and then you don't hit him.
Yeah.
Or you hit like the 3rd bullet on the bottom like hits the headshot, and then you're like, okay, and sometimes all 3 hits him.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of the weapon you never know.
Yeah, that's just like the shotgun mechanics, but it's kind of toned back because, I mean, you could say, oh, shotgun mechanics, but an actual shotgun has like 12, 15, 10, 5, more than 3.
Yeah, I think Classic's great.
Yeah.
They did get 1 there, so that's not too bad. They did full eco, so this time, you know, Droughts are going to actually have a full buy here, whereas the Floods are most likely to be just bonusing with those Ares and Spectres. Seems like, oh yeah, Boof is definitely, he has a Vandal on that site now.
Boof is not taking it this time. Oh, very aggressive.
Yeah.
Doesn't see anything. One of them and the spike right down to mid.
I like the discipline there too. Just gets 1 and leaves.
Yep. We talked about discipline last time. Very much to appreciate.
Especially when you're defending, right? You always kind of want those numbers advantages. Nice job to leak. It's a kind of a dink onto Femble there, Pebble. Devin kind of holding this corner here.
Yeah, good angles. Doc would be proud.
That is true. And I think Drought's doing a good job of this round, kind of playing defensive, not playing too greedy here. They're not letting Floods, you know, flank yet. So
yeah, this is what a meticulous game looks like from the defensive side.
Yeah, it's kind of a 4-on-5 now. However, Pebble is quite low on the side of Floods here. Kind of see they have to make a couple pigs here to get something going.
They're kind of just grouping it out in mid, playing, you know, pretty slowly. Hopefully, Delete can catch some eyes on him. He knows they're out there.
Oh, yeah, say Delete kind of looking for that jump peek. Most safe kind of way to peek that.
They're pushing up on him, and he knows.
Oh, Pebble's pretty low here, so but does not get the shot.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive from Pebble, peeking like that when you've got other people for you. Maybe they said, hey, you swing and we'll use you.
Ooh, does get a headshot on Pebble, though. Boof gets another pick on a Cozy.
Boof's going
yeah, Boof really picked it up this round.
Boof with a 4K. I guess they were all standing there right in mid, so they were kind of asking for it.
Yeah, I think that's what they kind of need to get started, right? That's your bye round, and I think that's usually third round's pretty important for the team that has lost the last 2 rounds, and I think usually, especially when you have the gun advantage, you always want to win that one. Yeah. All right, so 2-1 here. I think Floods are going to be able to buy now. I kind of want to see if their plan's been pretty interesting. They kind of committed to a site, but they've been really kind of focusing on this mid here. It seems like they're always kind of going to mid, and then always a CT spawn or things like that. So I'm really kind of a fan of it, but it seems like they might try to go a B rush this time. But Viper's just so oppressive on this map.
Really is, yeah. Can lock down a site without using the ult, and pretty generally, if she uses the ult, you can't even push the site. So she's definitely good to have in the pocket. Ooh, Boof takes one, goes for the second piece, traded. That brings us down to a 4-4. So Floods kind of have the advantage here, and they're all packed up, ready for B.
Yeah, and the Jet here from Drought is on a Spectre buy, and so I think that's kind of like, hinting towards an op next round. I could see, since Drought won last round, stuff like that, because Delete does have a Spectre still.
Floods is faking a move here. They started scooting over, even though they threw some Viper utility down on B.
Yeah, I kind of like this. They can kind of split it here. Chamber's the only one here that can really defend against this, so they can just kind of take site here. It's pretty much a free take.
He free shoots in, so they know where he's at, and he didn't catch anything.
His slow did go off, though, so, I mean, that's pretty nice. I think once it's off, it actually can't be destroyed at all. Ooh, great Viper's pit. Ooh. Orthodox does get the pick on the Cozy there. And then now it's just 3 into the pit. They do have 4 on the side of Droughts, though, but I think they need to play pretty together. Okay, or
that
Pebble can get.
They just have to play time in there.
Oh.
Delete pushing up, sees the muzzle. Oh my.
Nice dash though.
Is able to take the trade though. Yeah, an excellent dash. The repositioning there was good.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That was.
Hey, never hurts to just shoot into smoke sometimes.
It's a good call.
Yeah, it seems like, the Viper's pit was pretty good there, but it kind of put, Floods in kind of these different scenarios. It seems like they're kind of off, page, I'd say, there, where, Pebble right here just dry peeking out of nowhere with no utility here. This is a great job, Dash. Make sure you get the 2-on-1 so you guys can trade. That was great.
Yeah, lining up a good call there. I feel like they should have stood more inside the Viper's pit and stayed more under Viper's wing.
Teabagging, bro. I literally said no BM.
Okay, well, that is Viper's Pit. I'm glad we used it right away. There hasn't been too many ults used so far. We do have the Seekers on the side of Drought here. Empress is online for Floods, so, I think they could probably potentially look A here.
Yeah, and we're hoping for that.
What was Jet
Although,
went up to,
I will say,
like, what?
The commits aren't kind of like working from it too well. We have a 2-round now, so it's 2-2 now in terms of Drought. So for now, won 2 rounds in a row. They got kind of momentum there. We'll say Rafa is now the IGL of Flood, so it's in kind of calling the shots there. I think that's why they've kind of had a better attack side from their previous, I would say, Esports Rumble. I mean, obviously, I said this last week as well. Their attack was kind of lacking last time. They're always kind of doing these, rotates and stuff like that. But I think with Rafa kind of having an IGL to really, when you have a lot of opinions and ideas and stuff, it's always nice to have that one person to be like, okay, we're listening to them no matter what.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, even if it's maybe only the second best call you could make, it's important to have a call and have everyone commit to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's better for everyone to commit to a bad call than have the okay call, but everyone's kind of on different pages.
Yeah, everyone's trying to run their own okay show.
Utility coming out. Oh, great flash from Boof.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Seekers go right out. Just looking to get a little stun and try to waste some time.
Oh, nice, the smoke.
Spraying through the smokes like a pro there. That's just when the pre-aiming is good.
Oh, Orthodox is another pick here. They're doing Boof and Orthodox are just really holding it down. And Delete has another angle.
Yeah, Drought are just shutting people down. This is pretty smooth. Only a little bit of damage onto Sky, and that's mostly it.
I will say it's pretty interesting here from Droughts. They kind of changed it up here. They 3-stacked A there to kind of played all 3 angles.
Yeah, I was seeing that. Yeah, a good thing that the other team full commit there. Otherwise, they would have had a lot of dense rotation issues.
And I will say, traditionally on the side of Droughts, Orthodox has been traditionally a Cypher player, or I think he's played some Astra in the past. But it seems like Drought is kind of full committed to incorporating Chamber into their party, which I think is pretty interesting. So hopefully we can kind of see some cool things that Chamber can do, especially on attack.
Yeah, and it's always nice to see new agents put in as full-time agents. So hopefully they're packs and really combo plays, because when everyone rushes to play Chamber, we don't get to see how their utility plays with other people's utility.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
little bit deeper in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like, you know, it's like the beginning of Valorant when you kind of saw like the Sage Brimstone stuff with the slow and Molly lineups, and you know, you can kind of always find cool stuff. Like, I mean, even with the Chamber slow, it is a pretty big slow, so sometimes you can always kind of, you know, maybe with a Molly or something like that. So
yeah.
I mean, it's essentially like a Sage slow in terms of it slows that much, but it's like an alarm bot. So you can do some pretty cool things with that. Seems like they kind of are content with Devin just kind of holding this, you know, the B side with the Reyna and then just playing rotate and seeing with mid and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do pretty well. It's more spread out this time, though. They were on a 3-stack.
Yeah. Delete not going with that operator just yet here, but it seems like, you know, the Vandal's doing just fine at the moment.
Boof taking a nice little scope. Put out pretty quickly, but now he knows just the angle to check.
Boof is just so aggressive in this mid, but yeah,
punished for it. Goodness. And Rafa with the turnaround, making sure that goodness.
Oh, great
One
trades.
right in mid. Yeah, it kind of all happened at once.
Ooh.
Delete, staying true to his true to his school there.
It is now a 3v1 on the side of Droughts, and I think Droughts are just kind of on a spree right now. They're doing a great job of crossfiring and, you know, trading. I think it's a big one.
Yeah, good they were able to pick it up. They were down for a little bit, but
oh, I think he might just be able to get onto site here.
he probably could. I don't know if he knows that he can.
Oh, nice pick.
Ooh.
That's a big pick from Ellie there. Does get the Seekers off that as well.
Very and ditches the Seekers.
So I think
He might be going.
yes, I think she knows that there might be 2 mid now. So she has a plan. I think if she has utility here, I think she can quite win this. Oh, they did see him. Oh,
See you later.
does get dinked
Just
a little bit though.
Make the connections.
Okay, does have the dog kind of getting some more recon. Although Delete has a great angle
Do
here.
you think Delete's just gonna go for the defuse?
I think it might be a fake. Oh, great flash though. I think she did see Delete in the corner there. Oh, does get her. Oh!
Goodness.
Oh, man.
See, that's knowing the win con, though.
Yeah.
Because if you can bait them further and further from the spike as time clicks down, that's the way to go.
I'll say, as soon as Orthodox kind of peeked that corner and Ellie had that knife, I got a little spooked there, but it turned out to be more of a gunfight. But, you know, that was the health difference there, honestly. She was lit from earlier, and Orthodox just kind of finished it out. That was a great round, though, from each team.
Yeah, excellently played. And a great holdout by, because she was only lit from earlier on as she was taking the entire team on.
Yeah. I mean, from a 3-on-1 scenario, that turned out, you know, pretty well. They got most of them for eco-wise, and they got the bomb down, so still made a lot of money.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Maybe baiting further into the hallway would have made it, further out into, you know, pre-A.
Seems like Lee is going with this operator now. It seems like their eco's kind of been leaning towards that, which I've, you know, kind of seen there, but now they actually have this operator here, and hopefully we can kind of see some good work with it.
Devin holding the side again. We'd love to see it. They're really consistent with their placements, and I like that. You know, if it, you know, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I always kind of hate, you know, when you're in rank sometimes and you're holding A every time, and then randomly someone's like, I want to play A. It's like,
Right.
okay.
Like, oh, okay.
Cozy, great pick there on the Cruise. They kind of need that to get something going here on this B site as the Drought are rotating towards B now.
Really pushing up on the nest a little bit.
Lee does get a pick with the operator. It's going to kind of halt Flood's attack onto the site now.
Some action in mid, and they flee.
Oh, nice shot from Booth there. It's a 4v3 now, and it seems like Drought's pretty healthy. Devin is just kind of holding this angle here. Oh, Delete also holding that angle.
Absolutely shuts that
That was
down.
a quick shot.
That was.
Man, you know, it's just hard. Drought's having these great crossfire lineups where, you know, you're always going into a 1v2 kind of fight here.
That's fair, yeah. Do you, when you're spotted, though, or after you take someone down and you have a minute to rest, do you change your angle so they don't know where you are? Or do you think if it worked, I should hold it?
I think it depends on how, like, if you know where they're at. Like, if you can kind of hold the angle for long periods of time, I think you can kind of hold that still. Oh, Ellie does get a pick on the Booth, which is pretty big. That could open up mid for him as Orthodox does kind of hold that corner, though. But
Ooh, Devin absolutely barrel stuffing right there.
say Devin's just playing this smoke so well. He's playing an angle almost every single time that, you know, he peeks it again.
Owning that site. Well, not that corner.
Ellie was to your right, but that's funny. And wow.
Delete. Wow, shut down right to the heart.
Yeah, and honestly, great off play from Delete's first round there. So now Flood's kind of have an extra problem, right? Where they have an operator to deal with, which they do have, I think, the means to stop it. They have, the Reyna, they got the Sky, but they also importantly have like an Astra, which is, smokes are probably the biggest way of really denying an operator.
Yeah, so that Viper is going to come in important as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've kind of seen, the Viper smoke sometimes being used as bait and stuff like that, but it seems like they can't really get a good spot going in terms of like their attack plan.
Right. It is a pretty big area, so especially as an attacking side, once you use the smoke, and that off down again, delete.
I also am a big fan of Jets kind of swapping up. I mean, I know I said it, when people swap it up, but I think as a Jet operator, it's really good to swap up sites every time because then people have no idea where you're at. You're always playing that aggressive angle because you have the Jet dash. Just like that, Delete gets another pick, but Rafa does get a pick on the Cruise, and that's something they need to get going here, 3v4.
I will say I have seen a Jet operator used as an intimidation to deter people from going into a site. Just like a Viper ult at the beginning. If you know that the Jet op is on A every time, then you're going to see more B picks so they can stack harder there.
Yeah, I fully agree. Oh my gosh, Boof just...
Give Rafa a little bit too much screen time there.
I would say sometimes, when it's too good to be true, sometimes you just lock up. I mean, honestly, it happens to all of us.
Yep, get a little excited, just trailing right there.
Okay, Delete gonna pop the knives here. I actually really like this. It's a 3-on-3, and they're gonna need to be mobile here.
But holding the op as well. When you pop the knives, do you use it for the econ and try to trade the op off to somebody else?
I wouldn't say so. I would say you just kind of hold it so you can be aggressive with the op, like with the knives, like you can hold a different angle.
Right.
It's like the knives here are gonna be pretty crucial.
Aggressive. There's one right underneath them.
Oh!
Did not see it coming.
That was a great reaction time from Pryor there. Just instantly shot.
That's the rough part about Delete trying to hold two angles there. Either one of them would have been pretty good, but holding both just lets a little gap in between.
Orthodox does have ult here, but Devin's kind of, so he kind of had a hunch there, but Rafa was still holding it, and there we go.
Well done.
Great round from Floods. Yeah.
So 2-point spread here. We're getting closer to the half.
Delete still has the operator again, so it seems like they had enough for another one.
So an op on both sides, and the rest are rifles.
Yeah, I could see probably Orthodox using ult here pretty soon, holding that A site now. I mean, in terms of the Floods, their A site or their B site take is pretty hard just because this Viper is really holding it down. But we do have a Dissipate out, and we do have an Empress and from both sides here. I don't think we've seen it just yet.
This is a really split push. Floods have been mostly pretty pack solid today, but now each of them is taking a different hallway.
And Jet did pop knives on the side of Flood. Oh, and Empress is also popped. But that's on the side of Drought here from Cruz.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, great shot from Pebble. That's huge.
Goodness,
Denies the Empress from him, too.
Shuts down the Empress before a shot fired. That was well played.
Okay, Delete does know something kind of is happening here, but it seems like they're going to back up. Flood's kind of playing all over the place. Just like I said, they're really about this mid control.
Yeah, this is pretty messy. They're almost like they almost split up the middle and could have like taken the defensive spawn there, but they didn't go into nest. So it looks like they're grouping around the A doors.
Yeah, I think they're going to open the door in two maybe and kind of play that different angle. Oh, Boof does get hit twice. Oh my gosh, and the right click does not get the reset though.
I'm a good shot.
Just right up on top of them.
Orthodox does get the trade, but Flood are kind of all over sight here. Ooh, great pick from Orthodox again.
Last two Drown moving into the back. They've got sight control and spike down, so now they're just playing for time. Delete and Orthodox not picking together, or peeking together. Oh, there they are.
Yep. Orthodox just opened the door, I think. Oh, great flank by Rafa there. Really hard for them to kind of deal with that when two players are already just peeking two other ones.
Well played.
That's a great use of numbers, I'd say, from the side of Floods.
Yeah, no, they're good to see them making changes back up to 5-4 as we get closer to the half.
And I think someone picked up the op for the Flood side, so I think we're going to see an offensive operator here, which I like offensive operators. I think it's usually just better in the hands of a Jet, right? I think sometimes when you kind of have people who are like, oh, give me the operator, and you're playing like a Viper or something like that, it's like, I think you're just not getting as much value as you could with a Jet or something like that.
It's nice to have the mobility, especially on the offensive side with an op. Yeah.
Although I will say Flood's Sky does have, so Ellie does have the operator. She has played Jet in the past and has been a pretty good operator, so I could see maybe that they're not really comfortable on that side, so that's why she's kind of good taking that one for the time being.
And it's a fairly Sky plays an initiator that's fairly aggressive. You know, not as much as KO, but definitely has some mobility for the op, considering that her dogs and birds can kind of clear areas out to rush into.
Absolutely, here, and Cruz is going to hold this gate here. They're going to push this gate once again. This has been kind of their focal point for getting into A. Oh, nice shot.
Pebble showed the muzzle there a little bit.
Oh, he was close, but Ellie does get a great pick onto there, and Devin does trade with Cozy as well on the side of B, I believe.
Op's been located, and the scurry happens. Everyone is on A except for Devin.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Orthodox, great pick again. Does they have another crossfire just lined up? I mean, I think the best rounds we've seen from Drought are when they have these really good crossfire positions.
Booth takes the op, so it's switch hands again.
Yeah, so this op is at this point going all over the place.
Yeah. They probably all signed to the op by now.
Yeah, and I think Delete will probably go back to, I'm guessing. Delete's been doing a great job of actually with this operator.
Need a drop. Thank
Coach
you.
would say Delete's really grown on the duelist role, and that comms have tremendously improved as well.
And I think that's really important. I think when people think of comms all the time, they think of like, oh, just talking. But there's a difference between just
talking,
like making a lot of noise, and actually being effective at comms. Because comms are like really good about short and like, you know, inclusive things. You don't want to clog them up too much. Oh.
Ooh, a full push takes Boof right out of his favorite corner.
Boof does get traded for. They do have a 44 kind of coming on the site now. The chamber ult is popped. Oh, nice shot from Orthodox.
Spike planted.
Cruz and Orthodox setting up that crossfire like we were talking about earlier. Hopefully they can get more utility out of that ult.
Oh, another pick from Orthodox. We do have the dissipate up from Astra that I'd kind of like to see, but it seems they're going to hold it now. Pebble is looking kind of hard in this scenario with a 1v4. Oh. Let's get one. Yep.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Good utility out of that ult.
I think, you know, that chamber ult was really good. I would say Orthodox did a fantastic job with that, and I love to see, you know, especially the chamber ult, because we haven't really seen too much of it yet, you know, and it's basically just a, you know, a buffed operator, because I'm pretty sure it one-shots anywhere. So
it does, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty strong.
Without fall off, right?
Yeah, pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure the op doesn't have that much fall off either.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 7-4 here on the side of Drought. I think, you know, it's been kind of a back-and-forth game here. We've seen a couple rounds go here and there. Drought's kind of taking the lead here with their great crossfires. I think some communication's been a really good job here. But I think if Floods could secure this round, it's pretty good for them because they are, you know, known as a defensive team overall.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely expected this to be closer than it is. So I'd like to see how things change in the next half.
I will say an 8-4, 7, or, you know, 7-5 is still, you know, well within winning range.
Oh, for either side, definitely. Especially considering that, like, you haven't seen both halves.
Oh, nice.
That's rough. Doesn't get greedy, though, which is good.
Oh, great job.
Flash, but the return is too good.
I like Orthodox holding the next closest angle. That was really good.
Yep. That was such a good 180. The muscle memory there was perfect, able to get the 2.
Cruz does hear Rafa kind of resetting on top there, but... Oh, another flank from Cozy. Great job. They're going to have that A-side now. Oh, Delete with the pick again. Delete's been honestly doing great on this operator. It seems like no matter what, just
Reyna pushing up even though they don't need to, trying to catch him in the half.
They do have Empress up. Okay, they're going to go both higher, though, so they got to be careful about behind. I like Delete's play here to get rid of the op. Yep, and Rafa has that great flank. And there we go, 7-5 for the side of Floods. That was a great attack run. I think Rafa right there, that's really hard to play, you know, as is the Drought. Overall, I think a great half. I think both teams are definitely really wanting to win this game. They want that grand finals, and, you know, it's going to come down to the second half here of how they kind of use their strats and gameplay going on.
We start to see some ghosts coming out on the buy round. How do you feel? We talked earlier about the classic and that shotgun kind of right click. Do you feel like the ghost buy is worth it?
I think pistol round really comes down to comfort, right? I think sometimes people just love the ghost. I think sometimes the armor is pretty good. You know, I'm personally a ghost kind of person, but you know, I like all options. I think, you know, the Sheriff has really good uses. I think the armor can be the difference sometimes. I mean, there's so many times where you're like, oh, this guy's lit. And you're like, oh, literally at 100. Like, what? And they're like, oh, because they had armor. So.
Yep. Really can make the difference.
Oh, they have no heal now, so maybe it's not as useful, but I really do enjoy the ghost, too. Oh, and Delete just instantly gets a pick on Rafa.
Right off the bat. No, Floods is playing fairly aggressive on the A site there.
Yeah. Oh, Cruz with the Great flank once again. These Reynas are doing a great job of kind of lurking for those, you know, side angles.
See, but here's the thing. It wouldn't have been a flank. It would have just been an entry. Oh, goodness. If I was going to say the Floods weren't playing so aggressively, but there they go.
Orthodox has the 2 bullets from his ability. Oh, did not hit him, but
almost gets ready for the ADS, and the second one's gone as well. Do you think they were just trying to bait that second shot out?
Maybe it was a good jiggle peek in terms of like just mechanics overall, right?
They didn't really follow it up afterward.
Okay, it seems like Drought kind of has this A site going with the Viper Wall.
Yeah, wow, they really kind of locked it off there. They might be going for the plant pretty soon. There it is.
Delete.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, Orthodox is going to pick on a Prior here.
Devin, absolutely.
Yeah.
Devin's really good at defending the site. And I mean, like, you have to respect that that's utilizable on both halves, because once you have Spike down, all of a sudden you're playing defensive again. Yeah,
I think I will say Devin's scoreline, I mean, yeah, they might be 5-8-3, but their utility this game has been really crucial. I mean, on defense, they held down B every round, no questions asked. Like, you know, there was no way you were getting through the main, you know, door on B. So I think that's crucial, and sometimes being a role player is the best thing you can do to your team. I mean, role players are usually the people who really make a team, to be honest.
Yeah, recognizing the win con instead of going to replays.
Yep. Oh, I like this strat here from Floods. This is a great kind of eco round. I'm a big fan of kind of like, you know, cheese eco rounds where you just kind of take everyone and, you know, stack, because I think that's your kind of your best bet into making some dents into the enemy team when you have no guns.
Yep. I think Drought recognized that. They went for a scatter and started sprinting to B. So Floods effectively make themselves into the attacking side here.
Cruz is really low now from that. And it seems like, okay, I was like, Drought was going to kind of hold this mid here, but it seems like they're going to go into side, hold that instead. Boof does get one.
Boof is holding mid.
Yep. Say, Boof is a really aggressive Sky player, as we've seen.
Yeah. Understandable why they might want to hold an op.
Oh, yeah. Seems like the dog is going out here. Oh, great flash. Orthodox just pushes in there, and they just
goes for it.
They really know that they have no guns on the enemy team.
Incredible. Wow, that was a good response from Drought.
Yep. It's going to be 9-5 now for the side of Drought here, and so Floods are to kind of, you know, this is their first buy round, so I think this is going to be their opportunity to kind of get things going and kind of get in the flow of things.
Yeah, and hopefully they're not feeling too desperate. I don't want a cheese round to be a depiction of, like, mentality changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they get too desperate and are getting too loose, then it's downhill. But I think they still winnable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think buy round's obviously big here because Floods are going to have the full Vandals and Phantoms here, and so now it's just time to kind of do their thing and play that defense. Oh, Orthodox went with the full upgrade on the pistol here. It's 800 credits.
I do not have that much faith in my Deagle abilities.
I mean, I think for a bonus, though, it's pretty smart if you think about it, you know?
And I appreciate Riot putting that out there, having more, like, economy-changing. Rafa taking Devin right off the bat. Not what I expected. And Boof catches one right in the shoulder. And that's sight.
Great flash there.
Both sites are empty right now. It is really a mid-push from Floods.
But yeah, I do agree with your point before about, you know, kind of the econ abilities have been great. Okay, Boof just going to pick onto Pebble here. It is a 3v3 now on the side of A.
It happens, I'm hidden.
Oh, nice. Cozy does get the pick. I mean, hey, this is his job. Okay, Boof, once again, always playing aggressive here. I don't think I've ever seen Boof hold an angle more, so just always peeking the angle, which is, I mean, 3K this round, so it's working well.
Yeah, Boof is on the gas and it's paying off. Why stop?
Okay, Cruz just kind of see Cozy here. Cozy's looking right, though.
Ooh, Cozy gets distracted.
Oh, Ellie.
So close.
Great pick from Ellie there.
Boof knifing in uncontested territory.
Okay, has to peek the corner. Oh, close. And an ace there from Boof.
Well played.
As many as the door, you know, kind of attempts went, you know, the first half, that was a great ace there from Boof. 17 kills now, honestly. Now puts him on top of the scoreboard here.
Impressive to be sure. And goodness, there were some tight calls right there.
Yeah, this was crazy. I was like, oh, they're going to peek, but nope. Goes around, and Ellie does get a great kind of pick on the reach round there. But a great clutch from Boof.
And here it is, pro stick.
I think even if they hold there, they still lose around there, so.
Oh, gotcha. You would have stood up and tried to get at least a kill out of the extra 300 creds.
Okay, delete. With the operator already, you know, gets a pick onto Pebble. They do have the Seekers. There's a lot of utility here on the side of A side.
Yeah, it is crowded. I love to see it, though. And we see the entire Drought team pushing in all at once.
Yep, Seekers
so
coming out. Empress also ripped. Love both these. Just ripping those ults.
Ooh,
delete.
Catches one right over the boxes. That was beautiful.
It's going to be pretty hard for the Floods to kind of deal with this operator.
It will, yeah, especially
Yeah.
how spread out they are. That's it.
And
flawless.
I don't know what it is, but these last 2 rounds, Drought has just been exploding with aggression here on the side of this offense.
And it is really working for them.
Mm-hmm. This is a great shot from Delete. That was a very small angle to deal with.
And he gets Ralph right after, right?
Yep, he does.
There
And then
it is.
also, our Boof finishes off Ellie. And there you go, 11-5 here on the side of Drought's. Not quite over yet from Floods. They just need kind of a mental reset, I'd say, and stuff like that to get things going. And because, I mean, a lot of the times it is just a momentum-based game. I mean, sometimes when you lose a couple rounds in a row, it starts to feel kind of bad because you're like, okay, we bought. Okay, we eco again. We bought. Okay, we eco again. And so just getting that 1 or 2 rounds to kind of get things stabilized and get things going to know what works out for you, I think is pretty huge.
I hear that. And finding what works out, too. If they find a little hook like, oh, well, this works. Interesting. And then keep playing it over and over again and the team can't figure out what's happening, that can happen, too. So it really is a momentum-based change. A momentum-based game just because of small changes like that, too.
And I don't think it's, necessarily too much of a one-sided game here. It's just it's usually going down to these 2 or 3 members left and stuff like that. So I think the beginning of these rounds have been crucial. I mean, Cruz gets another just pick onto Rafa right away, and that just puts Floods down 1.
Yeah, talking about crucial beginnings on rounds. Floods has already really been pushed back here. Drought has sight.
Devin does have his wall up on site already.
Yep, Devin in his favorite spot in the map.
Great Viper's Pit. 1v2, 2v2 snare here. They do have the Astra wall, but I don't know how they're going to kind of use that if they have used that yet.
Doesn't look like it's been popped yet.
Okay, Devin, I like that outside peek. Delete. Oh, does miss a shot. Does have knives as well.
Ooh. That could be it.
Oh, Devin is slowed actually. Kind of. Oh, 2 HP delete here.
Delete pops out. Oh, goodness.
Finds the angle. And wow, that was close. I mean, just came down to just having the the angle, and delete was 2 HP there.
That was really tight.
And it puts that game point here for Drought on the side of Floods. I mean, Floods just got to kind of, try to get something together here to get anything going. But, I will say I think Droughts have a lot of momentum right now, and they're playing really well as a team.
They are, yep. Yeah, let's see what Floods can do differently to take this one. I loved the aggression right through the middle to try to change things up, really break that momentum like you were talking about. But they've gone back to a more standard setup.
Flash set doesn't get the... Oh, does have Seekers out. I like that. They're kind of get at least a semi, idea where they're at.
Look at the ult economy on Floods. Like, if we can get an interesting Reyna play, it could really change things.
Yeah, I think an Empress is going to be pretty much needed here. Ooh, does jump up, and Cozy does get Boof pretty low, which is pretty huge.
Blinded.
Considering that Boof is their top fragger.
A 1 for 1
Yeah,
there.
1 for 1, not bad. The jet knives are out and popped, so we can see some aggression kind of coming from delete here. Like that. Does get the reset.
Ready
Ooh, gets 2. Oh, great try, but 3v2 here now on the side of Droughts, and now just 1, kill away from winning the thing.
Such low health from that run-in earlier. Orthodox thinking about coming out on the stairs, but people are watching him.
Here we go. Orthodox kind of peeking there out. Does see him, and yep,
that is rough.
And Droughts are going to be going to the grand finals against the Ghosts. So hopefully we see a great game from that. And I think overall it was a great game. But you know what? Going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw in the last game that Drought kind of worked together as a team and did a fantastic job taking down the Floods. And, you know, Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to do a shout out to the coaches. They've done a fantastic job. We've seen these players really level up each week. And if you haven't, check out Esports Tower at esportstower.com. And, you know, it's a fast track to rank up. And now, I mean, the bracket we've kind of seen here, it's been a phenomenal week in the week 1 of the winner, you know, area. And Droughts versus Ghosts, what was your opinion on it right away?
Goodness, I mean, and Ghosts are still a free agent team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to see it. Ghosts, it's interesting we could say for Floods and Droughts, like one's very offense, one's very defense. How is that going to play off each other? But for the Ghosts, I don't really know what to expect from them. So I'd like to see what they can pull out, how they work together to get things done.
Yeah, so I mean, last week we saw, you know, a brief glimpse of Ghosts. They did a fantastic job working together and stuff like that. And I think both these teams are going to be a really fun, you know, teams to watch. So after this break, we'll be coming right back with the grand finals of the first week of Esports Tower.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and the grand finals are set between the Drought and the Ghosts, who will come up on top in our best of 3 grand finals. The Ghosts are an all-free agent team and have surprised a lot of people. Can the Droughts end their run? I'm your host, Brandon Red Hots Kozianski, and joining me to call all the action is Greg Old Soul Smith. And Greg, this first map we're going on to is Split, and I just want to ask, you know, what are your kind of opinions on, you know, agent selection on Split? Because this is kind of a unique map.
Yeah, it really is. In fact, I think historically it's the only map that favors the offensive side, just statistically speaking. Every other map favors defense. So I like to see really aggressive old school players. Raze, for instance.
Yeah, I think Raze does a fantastic job of kind of, you know, creating space and stuff like that. But before we do any game, I do want to say that we are to congratulate all the Esports Tower club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships all across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard in their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited, and I'm proud to see all these opportunities these players are getting, because I know when I was in high school and stuff like that, I do say this, but, like, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard finding a competitive environment. You know, sometimes you can play solo queue only so much, and I think Esports Tower does a great job of kind of doing that boundary between competitive and solo queue and stuff like that. And so, great thing from Esports Tower. And, you know, I think overall we've seen some great games today. I think, you know, each team is kind of, you know, leveled up, and I think we're continue to see a great grand finals between these two teams here, and I think it can really go either way here.
Yeah, it can. And I mean, grand finals is so exciting. How does that change the mentality of the gameplay, do you think?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you hear the words like, you know, grand finals, I think sometimes it can kind of get to you, you know, because now you're like, okay, well, these are the finals, right? Because, I mean, previously it's like, okay, we're kind of playing the play-ins here back and forth, but grand finals are really a mentality thing, and I think a lot of the players that shine in grand finals are kind of the players that, like, you know, when they're in promos or, you know, you kind of know you're ranking up soon, just play exactly the same. Like, you know, it's just another game to them. And it's not like, you know, you're like, oh, well, it might be more important, but I think just playing it like you would every game is the best you can do. Because I think the moment you try to have that mentality of, oh, I'm trying to, you know, win this thing, I need to play better, or something like that, it's just like you can kind of get into that weird kind of momentum, I should say, or, you know, mindset.
Right. You have to play as the team that got you there. You can't, you know, play well as a team, get all the way to the grand finals, and then change. Like, that doesn't make sense. But sometimes it can be hard to hold off those feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, the best thing to go about, obviously, is experience. I mean, obviously, this isn't going to happen overnight. And I think the best thing, obviously, is if you have a great week of practice and obviously those games beforehand, that's the best you can pretty much do. So I think that's what they should do. And, you know, we're going to get right into the docs keys to the game here, which in Valorant is focus angles, flank, know your win condition, count cards, call abilities, and click heads. This is presented to you today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And now it's time for the match here, which is Ghost versus Drought on Split, which we briefly talked about. Split's a pretty interesting map. They've made a lot of changes kind of over the last year or so from when it began. And the one thing we have kind of seen in pro play especially is the Raze pick that you mentioned earlier. Raze has been almost, you know, 100% pick rate on this map, and I think it's due to her basically, she can create so much space. Her showstopper is a huge playmaker, utility, especially with her, you know, her jump blast packs. So I hope we can see another Raze. I think Raze is a really fun agent to watch. You know, you can see him flying all over the place, and same with Jet as well.
Yep,
so
it makes the highlight reels a lot. Fun agent to watch indeed.
Yep, and you know, obviously we gotta say, we did say this earlier, but, you know, Ghost is a full free agent team here in Drought. We just saw, you know, kind of did a great job versus the Floods together. So I think it's gonna be kind of how they practiced here, you know, and overall mentality. I mean, I think last week Ghost just kind of worked together as they would as a ranked game. You know, it's 5 free agents coming together, and sometimes you just click.
Yep. Yeah, they really did click last week, and I know that we were worried about it for a little bit, but they played well.
I think also I'm really excited to see, you know, which team kind of takes aggression on this map. I think, you know, Split, sometimes it feels like when you play against a good attack team, you know, it's really hard to really get into, like, you know, defend against this. But we are going to see a Raze on the side of the Drought, which Boof was an aggressive player last game, so I think it kind of makes sense that Boof's going to be the Raze player here.
Yep.
And Ghosts are going to, you know, kind of go with this KO pick, I think, you know, instead, which is, I think, a great pick. I think KO can be pretty well executed, especially kind of as a free agent team. I think KO does a great job of kind of making team work together.
Yeah.
The silence is huge. I think KO ult is also massive on this map, just popping it and going in, and, you know, you can get rezzed if you go down.
And if you consider how aggressive that a KO can be, almost like a duelist, then they've got 3 duelists on the attacking side here. So that could, like, the KO pressure applied in the right way could be huge here.
Yeah, but we kind of see the standard 2 Sages. I think Sage will always kind of have her place in this map with, you know, playing mid. I think, you know, it's always just kind of like, hey, you wall mid and, you know, can slow it, stuff like that, just to slow him down. It's just kind of like, you know, does its job.
Up I go.
Except for we're going to see the Sky versus the Astra kind of angle. And the one thing I will say here is the side of Ghost, they really don't have any smokes. All they have is Jet. And so they're to play heavily off utility and flashes and stuff like that to kind of take the silence.
Right.
Oh, just like that. Stops the dog there at the silence.
Swings right out. Looks like a good angle, but they get past him with the flash.
The DRW a great flash there.
It'll take one out. Orthodox watching
For you.
above.
Oh.
Nailed him.
Delate's behind him already.
Jet's grounded. One enemy remaining.
Take one more. The double pick right there was perfect. We got one fleeing the scene.
Yeah, just like that. It's a 4-on-1 here.
Goodness. They've got the spike though, and they counted the cards there, and they know everybody's there. They start chasing through forward. That's not the way I would have played that.
Seems like no one wants this ult orb. Okay, they're just waiting for Orthodox to get it.
This is probably the greatest game of Ring Around the Rosie ever. She's not running to A side. She played with excellent timing and now has sight all to herself.
Wow, what a phenomenal just rotate
play,
there. Yeah.
Rotating the chase was not the move, and now they're almost all the way to A site with one person saying, hey, maybe we'll check mid. Boof, maybe able to get in there, be aggressive enough. They heard it. Yep, the change is coming. Oh, it's basically a 1v1 here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a great job there.
Oh, what a cheeky play on round 1.
Especially getting that plant, you know, credits. That's always huge for Eco.
Ooh, making that gun noise is a little bit tricky.
Oh, you know, doing a great job, but unfortunately does get him kind of dinked here. But I think they're going to push him. And then, oh, does get one, though. That's pretty good.
That was impressive.
I think a 2 for 5 and getting, you know, spike planted here is pretty big overall.
And what an excellent display of map sense to be able to take that and then put it right in front where she can guard it, but can still watch where she knows they'll be rotating from because they went to A.
Oh, like, absolutely. Yeah.
Several steps ahead.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, oh, she's probably going to spawn to A and stuff like that. But no, she was actually just going to B and just went around the corner. And I mean, planting the spike's huge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially Cred's early round. Like, you can snowball those pretty quickly. And snowball, indeed, we see the Ares coming out. Forgot it was Ares meta. There's 4 of them right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like Luno's, you go with that, you know, the light shields there. Maybe get a kill or two, or maybe get some damage done. They can kind of trade there. But Orthodox is just going to wall as, you know, the Ghost kind of just stack this A side.
Yeah,
but
they're walking right in.
Ooh.
Space is open, but they're trying to go heaven. 2 are watching heaven, though. Ares.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
What a slaughter.
I don't think Boof let go of the trigger.
No. Boof is all gas. Boof and Delete really took it there.
Yeah. And I mean, they just know. I mean, they just kind of know their condition, right? I mean, they know that hey, they're gonna be all classics. We got Ares. Let's just keep shooting through, and eventually, you know, they're gonna peak or something like that. Especially the smoke. I mean,
and you never want to redo those first 13 bullets to get it to round up again when there's still people on your screen.
Yeah, true.
So tap firing is out of the option.
Yep. And just like that, we're going to see, you know, the full buy here from Ghost is a 2-0 from Drought. But if they can just kind of hold these areas, it could be a good thing. But, you know, I'm curious to see how Ghosts use these weapons efficiently. Looks like they're going straight back to A.
Wow. Yeah, a little bit slow. We've got 2 in other places.
The KO silence does see 2 there with the Boof and Orthodox. They do know they are mid. However, Boof can get there so fast.
Oh, Boof and Delete packed up again. Yeah, Boof will never miss the action.
I do want to highlight, if you look at B side, they do have 2 pushing on the side of Ghost, kind of doing this 3-2 split here.
They do.
And I don't know if they're trying to get sight here or just kind of trying to go around. Oh, they are planting when 3 other members on the other side of the map here.
Well played. We start to see Drought flock over. Maybe Ghost can catch him on the return.
So the problem here is they can just defuse.
Right.
I mean, I think this play is good, but I think you just have to stall for that long, and I think they're just going to defuse.
Yeah, that is rough. Using the 3-2 split to split the defenses so that they can't leave either site is a good call, but as soon as Spike has been seen, then they can.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a really cool play in theory, but I think that, you know, Ghost got to be a little bit more, I guess, post-plant defensiveness. Like you saw, one was in the open. They were both in the open, actually, and, you know, they just kind of got picked at that time. And if they would have held just for enough for the team to get that, that's a huge plant there. I like the overall feeling, but just execution kind of just fell short at the end.
Right. A good plan, but maybe we'll see it return later when they think they can execute it. Like if they have a, you know, a different buy, or the other team has a different buy, or they think they figured something out about an agent.
And the thing that does suck, though, is Ghost to Eco once again here, and Droughts are just getting a lot of money.
Ooh, a little bit of a mid face-off. We already see Orthodox has the wall up, catches an eye of a few of them. Start to see people move over. KO takes away abilities, and they push straight up. 3 right underneath that wall.
So it's kind of huge. Oh, I like that.
That's a good one.
That's huge there, because Boof actually can't use his utility as they're doing that. So that wall play is actually massive, because they know that utility can do that.
Yeah, they just get to walk right in. Unfortunately, they're pushed back a little bit. Afraid of Orthodox.
You got it. You can do it. Come on. There you go.
There we are. Oh. Gets the info, but falls back off. That's okay. Orthodox got what he needed. He's rotating.
Once he finally did get on top, yeah. I like that kind of the boost, and there's another wall there. It's going to kind of hold him here, though.
Yeah, the thing is, dropping behind that wall isn't so bad, because now you have 2 layers of defense. They really turn their own wall against him.
Seems like Orthodox does have a slow, but We'll see what happens when it breaks.
Ooh. Oh, the double.
Oh, the reload. Yeah, yeah.
Well played by Ghost. Hopefully they can keep moving up. They've got 2 more opponents to catch here. Delete and Cruz watching the heaven. 1 on A, just in case. I like that. I like that. Because there's the rotation, and it pays off.
Devin kind of just doing what Devin does and, you know, just playing on that site. I'm here, guys. Don't worry. I'm still here.
He's got
Ooh, nice shot from DRW.
His crosshair was a little bit slow there. He jumped on. Oh, they really did him like that. 1 far and 1 close.
What a great save round here from Ghosts. I mean, or an eco round, I should say, because they bought, you know, stingers and...
Sure, yeah, but having it down in the econ and still playing so far, yeah.
Okay, but I will say, I think if there's one person to kind of make this happen, Delete's one of them, because Delete's been playing quite well.
Ooh, Delete saw the muzzle.
I like this play. Just get one, kind of rotate behind, make sure you can't get, you know, flanked.
Don't get too greedy.
DRW was dinked, and it's a one-on-one scenario now, and Luno is also dinked. About half HP here.
Good use of the cloud burst there. Just closing people off, checking the default locations. Ooh.
Ooh, Luno playing this very well.
Could have commit there.
Oh, but he doesn't have time.
Pull off of Spike.
Oh, wow.
Great timing by Luna.
Yeah.
Now, would that gravity well actually have pulled him off the Spike if he had tried to commit?
No, I don't think so. I think you'd hold it, but maybe if you keep holding it for too long, you'd probably get to half there at least, at the very least. It definitely was, you know, well played by Luno there, just kind of, you know, calling the bluff, honestly.
Yeah, it really did call the bluff there. I mean, and with the clock so close, I don't know if I would have, so well played Luna.
This time we see a 3-1 here by Droughts and Ghost. Ghost taking their first shot on an eco round here, so now they're on top of the eco. They're actually gonna have they should have a full buy here, whereas Droughts gonna have a very small buy with one, you know, Vandal and Phantom, but the rest are just kind of stingers and sheriffs like that.
A full push onto B, and we've already got utility to hold him back. In fact, Drought is already going for a 2-person flank right here, trying to close it off. We've seen Ghost really rotate off. Tease B a little bit and then spin right to A, especially with the mid.
Orthodox seeing a classic pick.
Goodness, boo.
Okay, 2 for 2.
I definitely appreciate that change there that that Drought made.
Yeah, I like the instant rotate.
Too.
And then except for Devin. Devin, you say B. Devin's like, guys, can I? No.
Nope.
Okay, I'm here. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Hey, he's the anchor.
He really is.
Devin is the anchor that Drought has, which is that's not dragging them down, by the way. It's holding them in place. Just letting you guys know.
Yep.
To clarify.
Keep them steady.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, maybe Devin was making that call. They were like, all right, rotate now. And Devin was like, huh?
I'm not moving.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know the rules.
Okay, here we go. It seems like Ghost are actually go back to B here, and I think Devin can finally start kind of rotating to B.
Yeah.
Delete does get a pick here right away. That's huge.
Ooh, 2 coming up on Heaven.
Man.
Devin's able to take one. Now Spike is down, and Cruz goes in with the flank.
I will say, Delete is very disciplined for his spray.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Delete really kind of go on a full-on spray holding it down. It's usually just very 3-bullet bursts-ish and very accurate.
Yeah, Delete does not scrape the walls very often.
And I think that's, you know, that's a great job. And I think Delete has really done a great job tonight. And we haven't seen too much of this raise so far, but at the same time, I mean, usually we kind of see silenced, and, you know, we haven't, you know, it's off-screen for the most part, so see how it goes. Orthodox, you know, gonna wall mid again. And it seems like Ghost are gonna go for this A push once again, maybe a split. They have one lurking mid here.
Ooh, I do like the lurking play. We haven't seen a lot of that today. We've seen maybe a 2.
Oh, Delete does get one. Great dash. Oh, God.
He was swarmed on there.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe a 4.
1 on 3.
Too low, trying to take 3 in a row right there. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
They do have res up too, but I don't think they're gonna use it.
No,
maybe.
For a 4-2, I wouldn't, especially when they have such an upper hand to begin with. Well, we start to hear those boom boxes.
Empress is available as long as it dissipates as well from Ghost, and it seems like Cruz kind of knows they're here and is going to use the dog. Oh, does concuss him.
Default goes in for the flash. That Empress right now could make a huge difference.
I don't think they have a gun though. Ooh. Yeah, they just have a sheriff. Doesn't need one.
We stand corrected. A sheriff is good.
Oh my gosh, Rezakin.
An absolute professional.
Enemy remaining.
Okay, one-on-one here scenario. Ooh.
takes it in the last second with a thunder finisher.
Man, Reskin went crazy with that Sheriff. I mean, sometimes it seems like the Sheriff's the best gun you have.
Oh, do you think that that Empress could have clutched the round, got that extra kill?
I don't think so because they had the Sheriff still. I think if they maybe would have picked up a gun, perhaps, but even at the last, that last kind of one-on-one there, Reskin still had the Sheriff in hand, so I think, doesn't really do that much for you when you don't have the extra attack speed or something like that.
But so tight, It's
yeah,
like
very
just
close.
Looking at the point score, you might think, oh, landslide. But the Ghosts are doing well.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And so here we go. This will be a full buy from each team here. We have 3 ults each. I like this. Oh, actually 4, 3. Empress and
all over.
Yeah, and KO just insta-popped. I love this. KO ult really is oppressive.
Pushing right in. 3 get past. Nope. Just 2.
Yeah, they're all in sight here, but Drought's kind of waiting. It's still 5-on-5 already. Delete does get the pick onto the spike holder.
Oh, a well-placed Roomba makes sense.
Oh my gosh, Boof went flying over there. Nice res, good bait.
Ooh, I love the res bait. One last in the corner.
Oh, nice flash there from VRW.
That pop flash is so effective, able to take one and force Orthodox.
Oh my gosh, 1-on-1.
1-to-1.
Woo! Orthodox. These are just coming down to the wire. I mean, these are all coming down to the last kill.
Yeah, and I mean, with the quick rotate, and both sides have a tendency to rotate very fast.
Yeah.
And they didn't necessarily on round 1, but they've kind of drawn it out of each other. And now we see, like, once the side has been called, kind of everyone's there. And Ghosts like to hop around. And we saw even the round before this, they went A and then B and then back to A. So it's a very mobile gameplay that I'm seeing from both sides.
Let's see now.
Absolutely. And I mean, these rounds are fantastic. It starts out as 5, and the next thing you know, it's a 3v3, 2v2, 1-on-1, and it's just like coming down to the wire here. And Ghosts are just right there with them. It just needs to. Oh my gosh, they just got collateral.
Wow. Delete with a double right off the bat.
And 5 HP.
Unreal.
That's 100% in comms. Yeah, they're at 145. Delete playing aggressive though, does not kind of. Wow, that's hilarious stuff for collateral.
Orthodox playing with the ice wall again.
Delete is holding this angle. They do have the res. Are they gonna pop knives? Probably not. There's no way to hit that shot. Oh my god, they hit Redskin. That wasn't even the res.
Goodness. Orthodox takes one, goes for 2, takes it, and Spike is down. Uncontested, he's just sitting on it.
Man, and I think right now Ghosts are definitely kind of got their their mind on Delete at this point.
Ooh.
Delete's op. I mean, look at, they went from spawn and they're already mid now. They're playing in market, ready to go.
Yeah, crazy mobility. Delete could be playing anybody and pulling these. Like, this is beyond Jet mobility.
They're kind of just, slowly honing in because they know that they're probably in garage. Okay, DRW kind of just walking on the corner here.
Orthodox deliberately checking the angles, but turning it back to it. DRW almost had a chance there.
But no one pushing out yet. I don't know they're in garage. The spike is on B site, I'm pretty sure.
The spike was in mid.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're sitting on it, yeah.
Okay. Oh, DRW has the time, though. They're not. Delete's not looking that way. They hear him.
Ooh.
Nice.
Can they catch the op at least? Oh. Nope.
And they have the op back. Okay. So this is where I will say Ghost team comp is not at all equipped with dealing with this operator.
Yeah.
They don't have, the only smokes they have is Jet. So unless Jet can, spin some bullets like Wanted or something like that,
right?
Then
Wanted.
maybe they can do something. But I think overall, Delete is about to really put a number onto this team, and not even if they don't even get even more kills. It's just the thought of that op, right? Like,
right. It creates a presence.
Yeah.
It has a pressure. Oh, a quick destroy on the wall.
Oh, does get the grenade before the
utility.
It's the sewer wall.
It is. It really is.
Okay, Boof is okay. Oh, the grenade popped the same time as the jump. That was pretty unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Orthodox does get the pick though. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, he sees all 3 of them right there. Is able to do a little bit of concussion damage.
I will say, whenever Drought loses one, it seems they always trade for at least 2 straight after.
They are good at holding the right angles, like the correct ones, like being able to bait and switch, being able to play.
Yeah, not acute angles.
Right.
Only right angles.
Only.
90 degrees.
staring straight at the wall.
Okay, DRW's pretty lit here mid, just holding this corner though. Maybe looking for a cheese or something like that from the peak mid, perhaps. This is a 3v4 though, so it's definitely not over for this round.
Two sneaking around.
Oh my gosh, nice shot.
Taken down, but maybe he was just the distraction as we got two more moving through garage with only Delete to hold him down. But Delete can really anchor here.
Devin finally decided to get on the action there. Decided that, you know, staring at the wall B was not doing it for him anymore.
Yep. So
Nice jump peeks here from Delete. Really just kind of knowing that they're most likely going to come from this angle. But Ghosts do not have much time here. And if Delete gets another collateral here.
Off on the wall?
Yeah.
Oh. Cuts him on the wrong side though.
Oh, does miss that
10
one.
seconds left.
Gotta make it over.
Does miss that one again. Oh, and pops the knives. Ooh.
That is so rough.
Pulling them in.
They do get the plant. Oh. Wait, she saw the plant with the pull-in.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, that must feel so
That
bad.
is rough.
Oh man, they had the time and everything, and all it
Gravity
took
well
was
breaks
just...
the plant.
The best part is they just used the suck, and then they didn't even bother going on site. They're like, all right, we won.
That's
They
game.
won the round, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's now 8-1 on the side of Drought. Pretty one-sided, even though these rounds have been particularly close.
Heading to the
That was
above.
pretty tragic what happened last round. Although DRW now has the
Did pick up
operator,
the op because they
maybe
didn't push onto him, and that's probably why they didn't. It was like, all right, we already won, no reason to feed.
maybe the counter is to operate the operator.
Oh, that's meta. Somebody write that down.
So Delete's gonna be kind of holding this. DRW is now going to what I like to call the ego battle, which, you know, they don't see it as a way, but I do. You know, I can op better than you can, is what I like to see, you know. Okay, DRW getting the pick with that KO going through.
Everybody on site, but Ghost has the site, so they put down the spike, and now...
Oh, nice ult from KO here. I really enjoy this one.
Ooh. Especially when everyone's all crowded.
And Booth can't use any of that utility. Oh, and a great wall. Okay, just have to wait this out probably.
Start next in the wall.
Oh!
They beat him to it just for the extra damage.
And still silenced.
Able to take one, starts pushing in some more, running out of time.
And bullets. Oh, got 3 at the end of the day.
I want to remark on that, using the KO ultimate as a defensive.
Yeah.
I usually see it like pushing in, taking space, and kind of, you know, numbing the defense. But as a defensive site, you can't push into a KO ult. You have no utility to make contact.
I also really like that was a fantastic offensive play from Ghost. That
Yeah,
wall just takes over everything, and they have the KO ult after. I mean, that was that was really well done.
They really did kind of sneak in and then lock it down, right?
I mean,
they didn't use any of the big utility to move in. They used it all at the end.
And Raze did get hit by the silence after the ult, so Raze couldn't use any utility that entire round.
Oh. And we see a full push from Garage.
Okay, does see one at the very least.
Yep.
Delete playing pretty. Oh man, Delete's doing such a just great job of utilizing Jet. Just playing those angles where you see one, get one, okay, dash out.
Yeah, agent comfortability really here.
Oh, I like this play. Huge play.
Oh, one of the highlights for sure. Taken right in the back though.
Didn't see Rezakin, but does get 2 for 1, which is already huge. Oh my gosh.
Shuts it down. Goes to the second, but he's traded.
The Bulldog.
What quintessential play right there.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's 2019. That was beautiful.
Oh, does the flash, but one more. No, one more. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's just straight reaction from both of them there, because they are both playing.
He was holding the 90-degree angle there.
Those close peaks are just straight up. You're just reaction time.
That's scary. And with a rifle, I can understand peeking with a judge, just flying around the corner like that.
This is great play.
Oh, beautiful.
If Reskin wasn't in that corner, I think Booth takes the third one.
Oh, definitely. Yep. And I mean, if they weren't in the corner, they'd probably be with the rest of the pack. He would have got 3 all at once and then moved on, like, to sight.
Yeah, for this last half of the round, Ghosts are not going to have too much going into it, but, you know, it's the last round here, so
Marshall against an op.
Oh, yeah. Hey, sometimes the Marshall just hits.
Yeah.
So you mean sometimes you see people with the Marshall really go off.
A connection to the nose is just as good from either of them, so this could be even more ego play.
The knives from Jet coming out as well only makes kind of sense here.
We still see that lurker, even though they don't have much to eat on from both sides, actually.
Devin doing some damage, though. Kind of like these, the jiggle peek there, just making sure that they have no opportunity. Ooh, and a great jump peek there. Okay, Boop decided that, they don't care anymore. They're tweaking.
Boop's not interested in Devin's peak play like that. Like stuff.
Oh, all the knives, by the way. But that was a great idea because they knew that Boop had no armor.
Spike carrier went way low on the health there for a second.
Yep. 4v3 here on the side of Droughts, but Ghost do not have the best guns. Although last time Reskin had a Sheriff, it was better.
That was very close to a dink there.
Oh.
Cruz does follow it up.
Okay,
Okay,
Devin and
Spike
Heaven,
outside.
yeah. They're looking mid, though. Oh my gosh, nice shy card getting that pick on the Cruz there. That's pretty big if they need it.
Delete, good use.
Are they going to run across the map?
No way.
You got 20 seconds.
They are. The wall is up. They're sprinting. I'm sure knives are
Yeah,
out.
I think Drought was like, wait.
Drought's not ready for
guys.
this. They're like, we're not done.
I don't know if they're going to have enough time here.
That's tight. I don't think
10
so.
seconds left.
I mean, they got 3 seconds here because it takes 4 seconds to plant the bomb. Oh, I think they got it. I think they got it.
Goodness.
Oh my
planted.
gosh, less
Way.
than 0.2 seconds,
Easily.
and gets the
And
pick.
turns around for the pick. The 3K, absolutely shutting down. Drought probably can't believe it. They're rotating over.
And that's just all intuition, like to think you have enough time.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
and
crazy.
gets the res.
Goodness, bringing
Player
it.
standing.
Shy Card Shark with the 4K this round, just really making him want to win this round here. Gets the heal off before the silence, though. That's big. Orthodox doesn't have too much time here. Oh dear.
God.
One shot. There we go.
That is so rough.
And
that heal felt pivotal.
I will say, this free agent team does some
Switching sides.
stuff we haven't ever seen before.
No, they can play nasty sometimes.
Their attack was, that 1-3-2 split. It didn't work out, but the concept was great. And
No,
then
yeah.
right there going, okay, we have 23 seconds left. It takes exactly, 22
yeah,
point whatever. Yeah, and like,
across.
like they had 0.2 seconds left to plant that. If
Some
they,
NASCAR
if they even just accidentally let go of the W key, even for
Yeah.
that little second, it's over.
I mean, there's a difference between knowing it takes 4 seconds to plant and knowing that it takes 21 and a half to get from B side to A side on split to plant.
Yeah, using some giant brain there. And Shy
Oh,
Card
yeah.
Shark had a 4K that round to really help contribute that round there. And now it's 9-3. I think Ghosts, obviously split more or less could be decided as, attack or defense favored, but we'll kind of see how this goes. I think after that round, Ghosts are feeling pretty good. Okay, well, 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1 is a favor on the attacking side. Start to see them already playing the pre-plant.
I like these Sage Walls, too. It's not the same place every time. They're kind of mixing up every time.
They
Oh, Devin.
understand the utility. They treat it like any other utility. And a lot of times, Sage Walls are treated more like a Viper Wall, where like there are specific lineups, there are good times to use them, and the rest are bad times. But she treats it like the Slow Orb. Like, anytime I want someone to not follow me, it goes
Yeah.
down.
I feel like Devin's pretty happy they're going to attack now. Oh,
The lineup was good, but
1 for 1. It's 3v2 here for the side of... Oh, 2v2 now.
goodness.
Last player
Oh
standing.
my gosh.
Redskin going crazy.
One
Oh,
enemy
nice
remaining.
shot from Orthodox.
Docs up to a 3. Can he get the 4th?
Orthodox is a little bit, does have 70 HP, but running out of oh my gosh, so confident.
Right there. Head level, right over the spot.
Yep. Orthodox with a 4K, I believe. And this was a great shot. I mean, Orthodox played this pretty well. They knew that, Skyguard was on the right side, just instantly tapped Reskin, and then they knew they had to play time here. That was it. Like, they have
Yep.
time to play, and boom, just one shot's all it took.
Crazy.
And I mean, Drought was the second place team in the fall here, so they are looking like strong contenders to be one of the best teams here in the winter, Esports Tower here. So 10-3 here on the side of Droughts. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, they're
very
just
heavy.
running through the middle.
Goodness. They sprint right up on that.
It's not going too hot though.
Goodness. Drought
I
cycle.
mean, Drought was going well for the Droughts. The attack was great.
Uh-huh. No, able to break that wall, fly right in. 2 on the Ghost coming up. They decide to split.
Ha. Nice. Get it?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Nice.
Split up.
Sorry. Okay, Boof just holding the aggressive angle like usual.
Ooh.
Nice flash. That flash looks so tiny.
Ooh, just can't get one. Oh,
Remaining.
Okay.
Never mind.
Luna with the stinger ready to go here. Actually, I think
All right, Devin.
they just go in here for the ult, like the ult point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're even going to save a stinger? You know?
The what?
I said, what are you going to save a stinger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know.
No. And there's a time where you're sitting behind the smoke and you're thinking, 1,600 creds or the old point.
I should play some Astro Stars in this reality.
So I'm almost positive here that the Ghosts bought last round, which they did, because if you look at their eco, they do not have the eco.
It's ones.
So it's going to be 11-3 here. It's going to be, I mean, both teams, Drought is bonusing, so I think, honestly, it's not bad as they forced last round to get things going.
Right.
Oh my gosh, and Drought is just taking over this mid.
Oh, one of the pocket was able to take one, gets traded, but that was cheeky.
Still 2 for 1, though, on the side of Droughts.
Obscuring vision.
Oh, they're just flying in. Smoke's none. Jumps right through.
They're ready for game 2.
Oh, yeah.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Goodness, yeah, they said we're tired of this map.
Yep.
Fly straight to the end. Trying to hit world
Boof
record
is...
Ooh, just ready for him. Tries to run back. I appreciate not being greedy after the kill, but just shoulder blade shot.
I think most of Redskin's kills this game are literally all from the Sheriff. Like, I'd be interested to know the percentage of Redskin getting Sheriff kills this game. Oh, Empress popped. I like that. They definitely need this round. Cruz is holding that angle and nothing else.
Not worried.
As in, like, they're just ready to go. Oh, they're really low, though. Oh, there we go.
Gives it up. That was
They should have
close.
more than enough time here. And there you go. Ghosts take the round.
Okay.
Now looking like an 11-4.
Yeah, slide an extra one in there. Well played. And that was pretty tight.
Was that important?
Like you were saying earlier, it starts as a 5-5, and then they slowly keep dropping 1-by-1s, like one at a time.
Yeah.
They both do a really good job of playing off of contact and playing off of picks.
Absolutely here.
Getting trades.
Mm-hmm. And I think Drought's bonus, yep, they bonus last round, so they're going to have a full buy. But Ghosts are also going to have some money because they had a eco last round. So
Ooh.
I think, if anything, this is good for Ghosts if they can just take as many rounds as they can, because they can still win this game. It's going to be very hard to, but even just winning a couple rounds and stuff like that can show you where's the next game to kind of get it going.
It can. Yep, you are still learning.
Yeah. And Drought, once again, just forcefully taking this mid. Oh my gosh, the boombot went right over DRW in the mid.
That was crazy. DRW is loving that little, that sneaky little hole there.
Oh, he gets a pick on Devin, too, with no trade. And Drought's being blown back on this mid here.
Oh. Ghost really pushed into mid there, and now Drought totally has sight control.
Yep.
In fact, Ghosts are rotating to A. And now they're having to spin back after not seeing anybody. Spike goes down right in the corner for default. We start to see the push back on the site.
Oh, delete. Oh.
Can Drought start closing it up?
Oh my gosh, delete, just let him go by.
Yeah. And is just hopefully playing huge brain.
Okay, wait a minute. They got an angle, but they're not going to have that much time.
Oh, takes one, but they see him. Skycard says nope. Goodness, that was
interesting. You know,
that had the ability to go huge.
I say I like the the thought, but it just didn't work out. So you didn't have the highlight play. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It was worth the shot, but no, I mean, we've seen like Boaster do stuff like that where he lets two pass, walks the other direction, cleans one up in the back, and then takes the other two. So like, I understand it can be huge.
Yeah.
It can be huge.
Okay, well, 11-5 here for the Ghosts. It seems like Drought these last 2 rounds is kind of struggling here. It seems like I think their mid plan is a no-go right now. I don't think they're doing that right now for the time being.
But Ghost is ready for it. They've stacked up mid.
They got the wall ready.
Yep.
Ooh, KO's playing the left side this time.
Oh, they got used to seeing people jump up on top of the wall there.
Okay, delete. Sees go people.
Getting a little bit of heaven action. Decides to rotate back out. Assist in mid. And we're back to the mid game.
So you're saying that because it's mid-round, or?
No, because...
yeah, no, I know.
Both. They were like, wait, let's push
okay,
mid
they're
again,
rotating to A, and it seems like there's no one really anchored except they're rotating to A now.
Ghosts
so
are not afraid to leave the site.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that comes from the quick rotate and mobility that we saw earlier. This is kind of the downfall of that. They really do give site up
the KO. Silence is going to see Boof in the mid here. Oh, that sucks. For delete. Okay.
Rough. 4v5.
Yeah, they're going to A here. I think they should be able to plant. Yeah, Devin's going to plant here.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
Yeah.
sneaky.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Pulling out the big guns. Oh, can't get anything from it.
Wow, and that is a 5 for 0.
That's rough. A flawless. I don't think I see any HP gone.
No. KO took a little bit of damage.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm delighted.
It's a sliver. You gotta really look for it.
And the first half of the round, there was so much utility and there was so much gunfire, and not very much came out of it.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I think with Ghost's momentum, it's winnable. It's winnable. Okay, great.
There we go. Oh, well
yeah,
placed
paid
timeout.
7. Drought, that's a fantastic timeout. I
Yep.
mean, you've lost effectively 3 rounds in a row, I think. 3 or 4.
Right.
Then, you know, it's not looking good. So you guys are like, okay, guys, we're winning this game. Like, we're in the winning seat, I should say.
Welch this fire.
Yeah, what do we got to do? And so I think this is our first timeout we've seen tonight, and I think this is a fantastic timeout.
Yep. Use your timeouts.
Yep. I mean, sometimes, like I said, it's just like, especially if you keep going there, if you take this too long, your people will be really tilted because, like,
Yep.
nothing's more tilting than, like, being in a position that they're in. It's like 11-3, 11-2-ish, and then all of a sudden people are like, okay, guys, take it seriously, take it seriously. And then it's like, next you know, it's like 8-11-9, and you're pretty
killing each
tilted.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, guys, like, you know.
Yeah,
and
clean up the comms,
so-
take a breath, and make that lose of 3 in a row just cut the momentum.
Yep, and Showstopper being ripped right away.
Goodness, so much action right off the bat.
Oh, does get silenced actually for the rocket fuse though, and cannot do anything.
The wall is out. There's only one person on the other side for it. Boof using the cubby as a reload, and they've walled it off. They've totally cut connection to A site.
Boof was about to alarm about that and went, wait.
Wait, that's not going to go anywhere. Orthodox gets the spike down, and they're watching heaven. People considering dropping down, but there's so much utility right on top of the gates.
Yep, and Devin's kind of be holding this corner here.
Drow, yeah, really getting it together after that time out there.
Devin's holding this.
Ghost, do you think they're timing their clocks for a push for all 3 at the same time? Nope, one's taken. Never mind.
Okay, 2v3, and Devin gets another pick there. 2v1 now, but it is Reyna, so she is pretty,
Yeah, has a
adept
chance.
for this.
Oh,
Yep.
a little bit caught in the corner there. They find her.
And that's just what they needed after the timeout. They just, discovered, okay, the game plan is to just rush A, actually. We're going to use a showstopper, get silenced, and then we're going to go on site.
Yep.
But
Ult economy is still huge on both sides, though, so we might be able to expect a similar round. Oh, a similar indeed, as they all rush to the A gates.
And I will say the duelists for Drought have been fragging out. I mean, 21 kills from each of them, and they are just such aggressive players. And they're really doing, like, the model of duelists, which is you're creating space.
They are, yep.
Like, yes, their kills are nice, but they're creating so much space. Delete always just making those dashes count, making these, blast packs like that.
Yeah.
Oh, still on site, though. They do have the Seekers coming out.
Oh. It's taken.
Luna was concussed, too, there, too.
Oh, but he's left alone. They
Orthodox is insane on this. Uh-oh. That was not. That was
a little scary. Now, you know what? They don't have to worry about that now.
I think he was trying to wall screens, but that works too.
It saves them an angle to watch.
Yeah.
Ooh, cheap.
And an angle to use.
Goodness, yeah.
Jet does have the knives, though. This is...
A good flash. Tries to play off of it.
Oh my gosh, the knives! Ooh! And
Wow.
Orthodox with a Bulldog ace, by the way.
A bulldog
ace.
No way, a bulldog ace clutches the game.
Hey, there's been an ace each series now, and want to be, seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to the esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get inside access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path on pro or land a collegiate scholarship. And we can take the standings looking after this game. I mean, right now it's a 1-0 for the Droughts against the Ghost, and honestly a fantastic game. I think the overall score was like 12-6, but action-packed at the very least.
Yeah, action-packed indeed. We've seen some crowded rounds. People really rushing on site, a lot of good utility usage, and some utility usage I didn't really expect.
Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, Drought is up 1-0 now, so if Drought wins this next one, they're going to be our, Esports Tower Grand Finals championships for the week. But I think Ghost can, come back. And so we're going to take a break here, and we're going to get into that game 2. So see you after this.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rebel in Valorant. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Arena. The Ghosts have their backs against the wall and our grand finals need to win on Haven to stay alive. The Ghosts could not quite dig themselves out of an early hole in Game 1, but can they start fast in Game 2, or will the Drought slam the door and take home this week's grand finals? I'm your host, Brandon Red Hots Koziancic, and joining me to call all the action today is Greg Old Soul Smith. And I do want to say, Greg, after seeing the crazy attacks we saw last time with the Droughts, or with the Ghosts, what do you think about Haven?
I'm ready for it. I'm really looking forward to such a rotate heavy or quick rotate and aggressive team play on a map with an extra site. I'm ready to see some huge box B site action.
I'm also, I will say, I think not even just the Ghosts, though. The Droughts have playing so aggressive lately, and I think, I think Boof especially. I mean, this guy's going to be just pushing through everything.
Yeah, no, people in general from both these teams are not afraid to ditch a site and just check something else out. So I'm ready to see a map with people all over it.
Absolutely, and I think overall it'll be pretty great here. And, the bracket, we can go to the bracket really quick. We can see basically the route these guys have taken here, which is, I mean, a lot of great teams we've seen in the first week here. I mean, Floods, did a great job trying, but Droughts all the way through. And Ghosts, taking down the Eruptions and Southeast, they didn't have to take Southeast High School down, but they've shown so far that they're doing a great job kind of coming back. So we love seeing that.
They are putting up a great fight.
And to get right back into it, the Doc's keys to the game, which is in Valorant, you got to focus angles in your flank. Know your win condition, count cards, call abilities, and make sure you click heads. This is presented today by Esports Tower. Scroll Pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And we're going to be heading into Game 2, like I said, on Haven. And, the Drought are one game away from closing out our first Winter Rumble Grand Finals. Both teams will look strong in the Rumble, but the Drought has seemed to be on another level. With 3 members all posting 20-plus games in Game 1, we're jumping into Haven to see if Drought can win the game, or can Ghost bring it back to make us into game 3?
Let's see it. Let's see what the picks are.
Yeah, I will say Agents. I mean, we talked about the teams so far, but Agents, I think, on Haven is kind of usually the most broad, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope to. I want to see some Sova. I'm a big fan of Sova on Haven.
Been missing out on the Sova play.
You can see a lot of Astra, Chamber, Cypher. And so I'd love to see some Sova, but I think with these two teams, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I will say, I kind of will see with, Boof is going to go back on that Duelist again, or they're kind of flex that to the Sky, because he did play that Sky so aggressively.
Yeah, speaking of aggressive Sky, sorry, just the, I think the problem with Sova is just that there are so many more initiators now on the board that can get so much utility.
Hey, there it is.
Wow.
Cruz is taking it, and
Thanks,
I really like that. I think Sova, they have a really good team comp kind of rounding it out. And the one thing is they're going to run the Cypher and Astra together, and they do one Duelist, which is pretty common. Usually you see the Sky kind of take the role of another Duelist.
Right. Yeah, can be aggressive initiator, especially when you have another initiator to back up that position. You can have Sky kind of become the next Duelist.
And we are going to see Redskin back on the Jet, was playing the Reyna, but... Redskin has been one of our kind of the best op users we've seen in the Esports Tower, and Delete, as we've seen today, has been a fantastic op user. So I'd love to see some op battles kind of back and forth and see what they can get going.
Some C-site op battles. Love that.
And I will say, Ghost used this KO quite effectively. I know in the past KO has actually been used on Haven in pro play as kind of a good, utility, I guess, middle, because there's so much you can actually do with that utility there.
And considering that most of his utility denial is like AoE, being able to pop it on a place where so much of the map is sight is really helpful.
Absolutely here. And, I will say Ghost kind of opting with the Killjoy more so than the Cypher, so that's going to be one difference here. And
speaking of AoE, sight control, that Killjoy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think Killjoy ult's just a really great job to just make it so teams can work together for that. We're going to get straight into it. Delete is playing in Sewers here.
Yeah, Ghost kind of splitting up for this first one. 3 on A. One teasing the C, but doesn't really go for it. Looks like they're rotating back. Picking up and going to B. A is only somewhat concerning as well, but Boof is trying to hold him down. Here's the first shot and goes out for the blind. Tries to take one. Maybe saw that second one, maybe not. But Boof is really holding down against 3 people. And DW tries to move in. A good flash. Unfortunately, he dinks him. Boof scoots around almost. Oh, I thought he was going to take one in the back there. He gets one. Oh, goes for the third, but he can't take it.
He has Delete from behind him.
Enough, though. They cleaned up on the other side, and that was a clean start for the Drought.
I will say, Boof Delete playing this A side is going to make it quite hard for Ghost to kind of attack at that angle. And Boof did a fantastic job of just using the box right in the middle to play Ring Around the Rosie a little bit, kind of keep them on their toes.
Oh, I thought he was going to get one right in the back there, but that was a good backup from their teammate.
And just like that, we're going to have a bonus here from the Droughts, which I'm pretty sure Droughts have won like every pistol round today and doing a fantastic job of doing so. We see 3 Ares and 2 Spectres, kind of the usual we've kind of seen at this point now.
Yeah, that's what we've been seeing. Okay, Boof with a much stronger hold on A, but they don't go for it. It's all on C. There's a lot of utility holding C up here. That Cypher really locking things down. And there it is. Oh! Orthodox
great Astra utility.
But the double peek just catches him. Now they've got some side control. Devin trying to anchor it down here. Ooh. But he's on the wrong side of Shiny to watch that default plant.
Oh, nice shot there from Devin. And they're looking pretty low on the side of Ghost here. Gonna have the recon dart. Yep, shooting through, absolutely. That Ares.
Down, C.
Okay, I think they see the Shy card is now in sight, and yep, Boof is right there with you.
Boof. Right at jawline. Mouse at the edge of the table so that he cannot possibly aim below the jaw.
Absolutely, and it's now 2-0 for the side of Drought. And, I mean, at this point, we're going to see Ghost kind of full buy here. I think last time they lost the full buy, but then won the eco after. So, hopefully the Ghost kind of get going. I think this is a big momentum round for them. We're going to see the light armor buy there from the KO, which I think, obviously, I think the utility they needed last round, so I think he probably has the utility full util.
Yep. And Orthodox going for a huge save here with the light buy and the Ghost. Well, the light armor, sorry, a light buy.
Yeah. think they did get a little damage out
Yeah,
there.
they did.
And they have nothing to kill it
They
either.
love it. Almost got that dart onto Luna. Now we're seeing the B action that we were hoping for earlier.
So a little utility thrown out. Devin is still just spraying this wall.
Devin.
Oh, nice shot.
Ooh. Orthodox watching Devin's back. Starting to push in, trying to grab that gun that he didn't have to. There we go. Now with
Gets
the
free Phantom,
equipped.
yep.
Yeah. Really bonus that Phantom out, considering that he walked in with just a ghost and was able to take a pick. Delete
Ooh.
down. That means 3 people have cleared up that site. There's
Oh,
one
wow,
pocket
didn't
here.
actually
Now
get
that's
him.
a
Dang.
great-
Standing.
Site is open on both short and long. They start pushing in, and they've only got one person on the tail to go for it. Orthodox, though, makes himself known, getting that, going up for the entry in the backside.
Oh.
They're ready for it. He's in front of the...
Yeah, I like that play. That was a good try.
That was smooth.
Man, Booth had a double headshot right away, but unfortunately could not get him down.
So close.
And great round from Ghost. That's just what they needed.
It's really stopped that momentum now. 2-1, huge. Because if Drought gets that third one, that's always rough. You've kind of lost the eco and the full buy and the bonus. It's rough to feel like you don't have an out.
And we're about to see a very even round here from both teams. They're full bot and everything. Vandals and Vandals and Phantoms kind of put that together.
Team
And-
Vandal.
Yeah. And now we are ready to go for this. Seems like a Ghost kind of posturing towards A.
Yep, one
Oh,
in the
great
pocket,
jump peek.
just to make sure we don't get flanked.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that jump peek there to kind of get some information.
Uh-huh.
They're kind of just holding.
Nice and quiet, yeah.
Mm.
Maybe Ghost thinks it's the second half.
Orthodox definitely has C just trapped up and everything. That guy is ready to go for utility.
Yes, he is. And Cypher is so good at just setting that down. Ooh, Booth's starting to get some action.
Does flash him, but nothing too much can
Didn't
happen out of
follow
it.
up on
Yeah.
it. Nope. Instead,
Oh
and
my
didn't really
wow.
call for the backup either. It's still kind of slow. Not a lot of weight behind that flash. We start to see some util on C, even though not a lot of people are doing much with it. It might just be so that Cypher can rotate out of there.
Yep. Delete could kind of just stay on top. And honestly, Drought's playing very disciplined right now, just kind of
They
waiting
are.
for Ghost to make their move.
It's hard to keep in mind that you have the time advantage, and it's important that you continue playing defense and don't move. Because I know I start feeling like,
30
where are
seconds
they? They're
left.
waiting for us.
Oh, there you go. They needed that pick, especially on the Orthodox, and kind of get that C site going now.
Huge. Yeah, that is wide open.
Recovering it.
Devin does get a retaliation pick. It's not still a 4v4, so go each way. Ooh, Rezkin. Great pick. They needed that. They don't have too much time, though.
10 seconds
Cruz,
left.
we talked about ring around the rosy. Got that one.
Spike
Booth moving
planted.
back on an open site.
Yeah, they have 3v2 here, but the utility going to be used. They still have Dog that can kind of make something happen still. Does find
Last
one.
player standing.
Oh, unfortunately, Cruz does go down.
Oh, that was almost really sneaky. Throwing the bird really high, letting it sail and trying to rotate, but it was kind of shut down by that Reyna.
Oh, Boof took a lot of damage on
That's
that,
one, but
though. Yeah.
High damage. And now he's moving in with one on either side.
I like this play. Just playing for time.
Just baiting.
Yep,
things
just
out.
throwing the Reyna flash and then not doing anything else after that. There's no reason for you to basically peek it right away or anything like that. You throw your flash
Yeah.
and you play around it. That's
No, I
it.
really appreciate the discipline we're seeing from both teams on several instances, last game and this one.
Absolutely. And honestly, right here it's 2v2. So we had it's 2 rounds. So even rounds. And Ghosts are playing pretty confidently, I'd say.
They are, which is important. You know, I mean, it's easy to fall into that headspace of losing
Yeah.
a game and then just kind of, moaning through the second one. But they are making the change. And look at that.
This
Yuzu.
cheese here, yeah, they're just gonna
Get out
go
of my
mid
way.
here all together. I
Yeah,
like this
they're
play
just
from
pushing
Droughts.
both
Oh my
sides.
gosh.
Oh, we missed something in the chat. This could be a fest. Lee takes one to respond to DRW. They're chasing one more down back into the hall. Very aggressive, though, means that A is open and the rotation comes out, going both long and short. They've got sight, and Cruz is... Yeah, Drought's just kind of sitting on the grass. They actually start heading to C.
Spike
And
planted.
they got the bomb down or the spike down, so they're ready to go.
I love Ghost leaving one in the spawn.
Yep,
To start, tailing the tail.
absolutely. But
See if Devin catches onto that.
Drought, and just if you look for some good picks here. Boof does get found out by Shicard, but Devin does get the pick on it. Oh, they're going to see that both of them are here from the suppress.
You want to fight it?
And then I'm going to lose here, so I think they're just going to... Wow, Dissipate being used here from the Ghosts, which I think is a great job to really secure the round here.
Last player standing.
Wow, that really was a great Dissipate inside of Ghosts.
Yeah.
They split them off. They know they can just deal with the people coming from CT spawn
Last
first,
player
deal with
standing.
them, turn around, deal with people from long. And Ghosts up 3-2 right now. I mean,
Love to see it.
we knew, like I said, last game, the score might have been a huge kind of blowout, but overall the rounds were so close and could have gone either way.
And it was a lot of talk about, like we said, that early hole, just catching bad momentum in the beginning, and then you have to be able to do the same thing back, and that's hard.
Absolutely. We're going to see a 3v2 here, and Orthodox is kind of...
Just setting up.
Yep.
Just deploying everything before the gates go up.
They have picked Orthodox actually decent about kind of early, and he hasn't been able to get the full utility used properly.
Yeah.
Camera taken out.
Ooh, maybe he'll be able to take some this time. They're pushing
Oh,
right into
pick on
C.
the lead. That's just what they need.
Huge. This crossfire is cheeky.
Orthodox just sit in the corner.
Getting out of it that
Yeah.
they're looking for. Yeah, Orthodox, I hope, gets a really nice one here, but they haven't quite made it past the wall yet. Oh, they check the angle, but he takes
Oh my gosh.
Spike down. C.
Oh my gosh, Orthodox only catching the 2, and then,
Oh.
but he did put down a lot of damage. Boof moving in to try to split that back up.
Devin does have them cornered in the cubby here, but they still have the flanking KO that they have to be at least, you know, cognizant of.
Oh, they just turned their back to him. He might be able to catch one right here.
Oh, does see him. Yeah, he still knows he's there. Boof is just saying, nope, I'm going into you.
All the utility.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that pick right there is
Spike
huge.
down.
Oh, and turns around and finds the other one.
Player
Just like that.
Well done. And even if he hadn't, that would have been a distance to travel for DRW.
And I really like Boof's play there because I think the thought process behind it is we don't know where KO is.
Yep.
Let's push the killjoy. They saw that they dogged out there, so they saw there's one in the cubby, and let's push him to play the 1v2 and the 2v1, right?
Yep.
Rather than, you know, playing for this one in the corner because they have to kind of hold him at cubby, and then the one
I'm
lurking,
going
you never
above.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, saying don't worry about what we cannot,
Yep.
you know, control. And clean up what
some
we
interesting
play.
buys all around. There's some Phantoms, Vandals. Oh, does get a lot of damage out right at the beginning of the round. Such a cheese little spot,
Oh,
too, because you
yeah.
can shoot directly through that wood right there,
That's
and you don't have to worry
always
about
been
that.
a rough one.
Yeah.
I mean, even since, like, beta, we've seen people playing
Yeah.
cheeky things out of that box, like standing on the ice wall.
I remember the first time that happened to me where you shoot the wall like that instead of the doors. I was like, what? Like, wait, how did you do damage to me? And I was like, the wood.
Scout destroyed.
Okay, Boof does see that at least a little bit. They do have the Seekers out as well. We haven't seen too much Sova presence yet in terms of recon darts and stuff like that, but he has always been kind of the rotate.
No, I wanna see him absolutely tear down a wall with an Odin, but
Ghost did get a pick onto Drought, but it seems like, you know, still one people pretty low from each team. Rescue gets another pick.
Delete just trying to hold the spot here as they all start to rush in. Got a lot of utility going on right in front of him. Peeks out, six to take one.
Player standing.
Flashes over and can't quite catch the second one. Is traded, leaving Cruz all alone,
Spike planted.
sporting the 4th level owning Phantom, and he's out.
I love that skid.
That's a good one. And look at that health on Reyna. Goodness.
Yeah,
doesn't
just a
know she's
little
out.
sliver.
That's scary.
Yeah, gotta keep the gun in the eco. That's huge.
Ew, that is massive.
And I think, I mean, the thing that kind of sucks here is Drought defending. They just don't have the eco.
Yeah.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some.
Goodness, yeah, look at that.
Going Astral, guys.
Okay, and the Ghosts now, they're in a good spot. They got full, you know, econ, full util here. And I think they got to really win this round to keep it going here. And I think Drought's going to do another kind of one of these utility rounds where they just kind of hold mid and just look for a couple picks to make a dent in their eco.
Exactly.
Knives are going to be committed here.
Yeah, full save, just rushing right in the middle, trying to see what they can do.
Oh,
Ooh, Delete's knives are taken down early.
they're pushing straight through.
Boof might take 1 or 2 from the side. Able to get one. If they can follow up on that, they can get a free gun. But Boof
Great
doesn't go
Sova there.
for it. Not even interested. Goes with the frenzy around for the second
Oh
kill.
my gosh,
They
they're
pinch on
flanking
him.
him.
Oh, so well played right there.
Oh, and the Cypher ult's going off there.
Oh, what a changing round. I thought for sure Drought was throwing that round away and just trying to, you know, make some econ changes and then Ghost would have it, but they really have played here.
Oh, the concuss does hit him with the Seekers, and now it's a 3v2. Yep. They do have guns now, too, as well, by the way. The Drought all have guns now at this point.
Right, they really picked him up. Bonus coming from the other team there.
Oh,
Down to a 2v1.
and there you go.
Down.
Wow.
Goodness. What a play. That was fun to watch.
I really like stuff like that. I mean, I said it previously, but I think eco rounds, when you kind of do some fun, thoughtful things like that, where you just push through mid. You don't, you know, you get 2 picks, then you get 2 guns, then you just use that to kind of just keep snowballing to the point where,
And it
you
really
know,
shows you how much of the game is a mental game.
Yeah.
Because once you say, "Hey team, nothing's at stake. Go ahead. We're ahead, and we aren't risking any eco here. Just go all out. We've got each other's backs." They can absolutely flip the round like that.
and just like that, we're gonna have the full, both teams buying once again here. It's gonna be a crucial round because whoever loses this is gonna have to save once again.
Very distanced this round.
Indeed, and I think Drought, that was a really good, kind of confidence booster for that one.
Ooh, one pushing up though, and they take him. Really punished for that.
Just Reskin gets a pick right away here and makes it a 4v5 for Drought automatically.
Here.
Seems like, last round Drought was getting a lot of the first bloods, but it seems like this map so far, Ghost has been getting a lot of first bloods instead.
Ghost takes sight and Droughts are leading
Oh,
it.
just leading to see Reskin, he's not, and Reskin's gonna have a great flank.
Defeated.
Oh, the flanks this round have been so good.
Spike planted.
Okay, Orthodox going to heaven there.
Standing ahead.
Just trying to regain site control. The post plant is set up. Ghosts have kind of backed off the site a little bit.
It's 4v3. Ooh, great Dissipate coming through. I love to see that from Drought here. Oh, and as they do that, Orthodox jumps down. Yeah, great job.
Good timing.
Killjoy coming out, though. I think they're going to use the Hunter's Fury to take it down, which they do.
Right in front of it. All the utility of that spike instead
Gets
of
the half.
activating it.
Does get the half.
Cage trigger.
Oh, it didn't actually. It must have been a sliver. Oh, my gosh.
One enemy
So
remaining.
close. Cruz has got one left. Goes to switch to the sidearm and just can't make it. DRW able to take him up and sprint the scene.
In 5v4, I mean, Ghosts just take the round again, and the rounds are so close. And Drought had, great utility used there, but I think, it kind of bit them when, he stuck the plant, right? I think that, ended up kind of being the issue. They didn't have the numbers, and, overall well played by the Ghosts, but this game is so close.
Yeah. They've made some serious changes from the last game, or are just more comfortable with the site and the agents. Whatever it is, they're doing so much better now.
Absolutely. And we're
Really
just,
proud of the Yep.
should give Orthodox that Bulldog. Got an ace with the Bulldog last round.
He knows how to use it.
Yep. Boof already playing very aggressive. I think they should wait for him to come.
Ooh, two lined up. He's able to take two and get spiked down right there in their own territory. That's huge.
Luna was in utility too. Oh
That's
man.
so rough. They thought that was a safe place.
Kill.
Flies out.
Lock inside.
These
Wow.
are some good angles. Some good holds from Drought here.
And this is exactly what we'd expect from a Boof, delete site.
Last player
Oh
standing.
my gosh, and they brought it back, just getting, DRW with the 3K.
Goodness. That's down to a 1v2. Cruz walking around. Doesn't really know how far he is from the
Spike
action.
planted.
I will say,
here's the plan.
KO is a little low here, so they can kind of get one. There's definitely a good chance they get the other one.
And they're not holding together, so he could have an isolated game against DRW.
Oh, man.
50-50 action here.
One enemy
Ooh, gets
remaining.
it.
Finds one. The
But
other
does
one
not
on
know.
his tail.
Does not know that they are there.
Oh my
Scanning
goodness,
ahead.
he's got to clear this out pretty quickly without letting Reyna get back to
Oh, it is
site.
planted for her too.
Oh, right in
He has to
front of her.
know. Oh,
My
man.
goodness. Had the first
Yeah.
right there in the neck.
And these
DRW.
rounds are just another one after another one, just so close.
So tight. And that brings us to 4-6.
Yep.
Goes with a 2-point lead as we approach the half.
And we are going to see, you know, got a 2 deficit here.
Checking the situation.
Droughts do have a full buy here, whereas Reskin is actually have to play with the knives this time, which I don't think is bad, but
Nope.
knife usage hasn't been insane tonight, I'd say, besides,
Yeah.
I guess, the Breeze, which is the previous match.
Yeah, we got a few good like resets out of it,
Get out
but
of my way.
Okay, we see the knives. Reskin going way up there again. I don't like that play per se, because I think you don't really have the time.
Yep.
And now you waste both your dashes, or both your jumps, so.
yeah. I you know, and you can't really say that the ends justify the means in this game, but I feel like if you can catch something, it's huge. It's an early pick. They get no information about where you are, but you're right. That's just a huge drop in utility when you already don't have a weapon.
Move just gets flashed. Devin just takes one down. They do have a 4v5 here for the side of Droughts this time.
Ooh, health is low though, so keeping that crossfire is important, being able to place off each other. And they leave it. They leave sight. They did the damage and they move out. Ghost
Nice
is
healing.
displaying both the discipline as well as their ability to rotate.
Absolutely, but what side do they end up going to here?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they really know yet.
Since they are going to kind of opt into this A site, which is only covered by Cruz, I believe, in the Sova. Oh, the knives are coming in, but Delete has a great angle here. It's going to be really hard for Reskin to kind of see him. He does see them.
Yep.
30 seconds left.
Yeah.
That is rough.
Oh, they don't get the pick onto Cruz, though, so A side is open now. And the silence, I think it's 2, I believe.
Bruno gets the spike down.
Ooh, Devin, that's a great pick for him.
You want to fight it?
Dissipate coming up again, which is great because that's the side of the it's planted on, but you know the Droughts go right through it.
One enemy remaining.
Oh man, a good response to the dissipate. It effectively shuts it down and just makes the map a little bit smaller here.
Man, Shycard was playing so disciplined there, but unfortunately Drought was still looking long. They knew something was kind of up when they didn't see him, so just waiting for the smoke. And 5-6, and you know.
Yeah, we have a potential even half.
Absolutely, yeah.
Last round before the switch.
See if Drought can pull this one out, and then they will be, I think, pretty comfortable on the attack. We'll get to see some more boof sprint action. Oh,
timeout coming from Drought once again.
We've got to take this one, get us to an even half.
Absolutely, and I think Drought's doing a great job with their timeouts. I think Droughts, they won a couple rounds. They're like, okay, we win this one. It's 6-6. Their offensive side, we've seen how aggressive this team is on attack too, and I think, I will say, I do think, just looking at these games, kind of that Drought, once the attack hits, to be a lot harder for Ghost to kind of deal with that.
True, I agree. But if they have that benefit at the half, being able to be, you know, a square game as they move into it, then having that advantage goes so much further.
Yeah, and I will say Ghost, giving them a lot of credit. They've done a fantastic job with just adapting within one game, right? They didn't get to play against Southeast High School. They didn't get to play their semifinals. So, you know, they got a week of practice for sure, but they would have had a game. You know, match experience is very important.
Huge.
And Ghost are just doing a fantastic job just sticking with what they know and dealing with their agents in a great way.
Well, the turnaround time here is impressive to be able to come back to an even game.
Yep, KO coming in.
Oh, almost a full push. We've got one in the pocket there, but Droughts are starting to rotate over. It should be a full game right here on C. Seekers are absolutely shut down, but Boof goes around the side and takes one from the top, distracting the other one, and Orthodox is able to take them too. Solo plays right down the hallway here.
Oh my gosh.
That's the last one.
And I'm telling Drought after timeout is just ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Switching sides.
Oh yeah. No one's talking to each other during the timeout. They just all leave and take steroids and come back.
That was a great round from them, and now it's 6-6 here, and you know, I think the pistol round is going to set the tone. Usually, I think, you know, pistol rounds can be whatever here or there, but I think right now, this would be a huge momentum builder.
Yep, yeah, talking about snowballing, really. It might not be huge, but its implications of later game are.
Right there.
All right, they are all piled up right here.
Absolutely here, and it seems like they're gonna go with a mid kind of here. I could see a mid to A kind of take. It's been a thing I've seen a lot lately with these teams,
especially considering how crowded it'll get with people swinging in straight from the box. There, C is ready to move, but we've already got so much utility right there on B. Yep, the call's been made. All hands on deck.
Oh, the dash gets caught up actually.
And they didn't really check the left side.
Oh my gosh.
Two down from A rotators. That is rough. DRW wants a piece of the action, but doesn't want to go into the smoke. Boof left.
Oh my gosh,
Play.
fantastic shot.
A legend.
Oh, goes for more.
Close, close. Appreciate the discipline of not chasing that, but those chest shots are huge.
Player
Oh.
standing.
1v2 here, but for Boof, I think this is a pretty good scenario.
Oh, goodness. Sitting on it, just has to play for time, doesn't have to play aggressive.
But he has to be careful up behind him
One
a bit.
enemy
Gets one.
remaining.
Oh my gosh.
The
Yeah.
turnaround, that was so good.
Try me.
And Boof kind of saw that there was a couple shots from him from mid, and then just immediately went to mid after that, first kill. And that's Boof playing aggressive on the Sky, as we've seen, and playing with such confidence.
Oh, yeah. Confidence for sure. And I mean, how could you not be confident with sitting on a 3K and extra damage on the port?
This is a nice spot.
Okay, once again, we're going to see Drought win another pistol round, and they're going to upgrade here. So let's see if we can kind of... It looks like C's pretty open here, and Drought's kind of, staggering towards C here.
Covering
Yeah, and
obscuring
C's
vision.
barely open. And we're going to see that as Sky starts to clear the place out with the dog. So we might see some real push on the C in an early plant.
Yeah.
And the rotation from A is already happening. They already know we're not hearing anything over here, so let's go to where we're actually useful.
Absolutely.
So
Oh,
we'll
and
start to
Delete
clear
is just
out there.
going crazy in, yeah.
Yeah, Delete posted up, ready to watch that cage trigger. Oh, they can hear the reload through. They know the army is coming, but the spike has already been down for a minute now. A proverbial minute, not an actual minute.
Okay, 1 for 1 there. That's pretty good, considering they don't have any weapons here. But they are ticking down as it goes on. Boof gets another kill for the smoke. That's incredible for the Drought.
Oh, Orthodox just misses that.
One enemy
Jet has to get
remaining.
out of there. Watching the back sight. A defensive smoke is down.
And now it's just one left on the side of Ghost, and it's very low at the very least. Just sitting in the smoke with the shorty, I'm pretty sure. I do like that play.
Yeah, everybody else is getting out of there. And they rush right in. Ghost is sitting on top of the spike.
Yep, and honestly, I think that's a good call. Just get the whole point.
Yep. Get the old point, but they don't get the kill for that, do they?
Nope.
Oh. Cheeky dying by the spike doesn't give them 300.
Okay, and Drought makes pretty convincingly 2 rounds here, but once again, it's the 3rd round that really matters here, which means Ghosts get the full buy. Drought can have a bonus round, and it seems like Drought is still just kind of swapping it up every round here for attack. They're not really doing the same thing twice. They're kind of posturing towards A this time. They do have the guns, but they have to be kind of careful here and use their utility pretty smart. I like that flash. There's a long flash from over the wall. That's pretty smart there.
Early push right onto A long. C3 racing in.
Reskin is on top there. They'd have a Sova Dart C1.
Fly right through the smoke. Dog starting to clear angles with Deline. They catch one in the back. Actually get him down. One from heaven.
Reskin's still on top of the boxes, I'm pretty sure here. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
But didn't shoot him at all.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I definitely would have gone for that, but maybe they're trying something cheeky. Hoping
Yeah,
to
maybe they're
get
trying to
that
waiting to, really see if they wouldn't check, but...
Maybe the mouse disconnected.
Okay, Delete. Oh,
One
good
enemy
utility.
remaining.
Yeah.
Catches the shoulder right around the side. You can only walk slow if you've got the angle advantage there.
And, yeah.
Oh!
And that's going to hurt really bad for Ghost here. They just bought
Yeah.
a full eco. They're actually going to have to, they just bought full guns this time. Drought gets basically majority of those guns. They don't have to worry about this. And now Ghosts have to eco. So, most likely probably another round here, but Drought so far in this attack has been pretty hard to deal with. I think just their aggression. Like, some teams we've kind of seen split here and there, 3-2, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Drought just sends basically all 5.
Oh, it's so much.
They'll send all 5, yeah.
Cavalry ascend, yeah.
And I like this. They're really working that kind of just mid at the very beginning, kind of play default a little bit at first, and then they just kind of all hit at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. Yeah, we're starting to see that now.
Yep.
Yeah, they start a little bit spread out, make sure they're not taking a push from Ghost, and then they decide, what side's best. Okay, play for it. Right.
Okay, they're going to use this cruise drone and go in with it. I like that. This is the turret. Oh, nice. They actually shot the Molly, too. That's a great job from Boof. However, Delete wants to dash into it.
Really?
Oh, does get him off guard there. A lot of damage.
Delete, yeah, playing so deep that they think they're prepping for an angle, but
Classic.
walking into one that's already there.
He's so low.
One enemy
Nice.
remaining.
What
Okay.
play right there to hit it with the flash and then
And
back off.
yeah, I will say Ghost is on like an eco round, so it is kind of hard for them to do this. But
is.
Drought is playing very aggressive, knowing well that they're on eco round.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be 10-6 towards Drought. The momentum is pretty huge. Ghost do have a timeout.
I'd be using
I don't
it.
think they're probably going to take it. I think Ghost, you know, just like last game, they just kind of keep going, and, you know, eventually something kind of works out for them. Oh, there it is. Wow, and look at that.
Good
call.
I think I
Astrophases
manifested it.
Yeah. Maybe they heard you.
I mean, yeah, and I think that's just what they needed. I think, you know, Drought took a timeout. They've looked very in sync ever since that. And then now, you know, Ghost, more so I think than ever, is just, you know, calm down. You know, hey, this is our round. We have a full buy this time. Let's use this, you know, to our advantage as much as we can, and then go from there. Whereas Drought's just basically on the timeouts, just going to say, hey, you know what? We're doing everything we need to do. Keep it up.
Yeah, yeah. That is one thing that's huge about using a timeout when you're down is that like the other team doesn't get a lot of utility out of the timeout.
Yeah.
But you're able to really plan things out, try to break that momentum from the other side, get that leg up.
I will say, after each timeout for Drought, they have come back and destroyed the round.
It's
So
very aggressive.
and
So
look at what we're seeing right now.
everybody's on-site utility flying. Lee trying to catch that one. It doesn't happen.
that's
We're already
right.
down to a 3
Yeah, Shy Card getting
Killjoy
2.
is low on health from that bout there earlier.
Ghost read them like a book right there.
Yeah.
They had like 4 or 5 on ace site. They were ready to go for that.
Goes shutting things down. Well done. Yeah, they really did have a quick rotation there. They're evening back out, getting ready.
Absolutely. And Devin's going to hold this angle, though. Have their knife out,
Last player
but
standing.
still, Breslin gets the
Spike
kill.
down A.
Now Boof
Whole cat.
sitting on the spike.
Blinded. Whole cat. Blinded.
Nice flash.
But he's right behind
And
the box.
shoots
How
the-
could they know?
Dagger gets 1. Okay, you know, that's a great round from Ghosts. I mean,
is.
I wonder if that was kind of taken from earlier, where every time after a timeout, Droughts have actually played very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
wonder if Ghosts were like, okay, they've been playing really aggressive. Let's take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah. The Drought pep talk is play aggro. And if
Yeah.
Ghosts know, okay, once you see something, flag the rest of us over. We'll all play very back site, and then get off, let us all come in, and then it's a 5v5 right on site, and we have the gun advantage with this full buy. So
Absolutely here, and we're going to see a full buy. And I will say, we're going to see the operator from Delete here, which so far today has been going on a tear with this. So
yeah, we've seen some great ops.
Jet knives on the side of Ghost is going out here. Res can use those knives.
Move and delete, flying in, the
Yep.
duo Sentry.
I wonder if they're kind of waiting to kind of bait this
yeah.
A this time.
Played a little
Boof
jummy
was
there.
looking for it, but definitely ended up going around.
Yep.
I like this play by Delete, though. Staying on that
Uh-huh.
right side, get away from that smoke to go off and see if they can get any picks or something going.
No, doesn't. Switches. Gives
Okay.
that B.
Yeah. Oh, Boof does get a pick. I think that's going to be huge there, but it is a mid, so it's kind of hard to deal too much with that right away. But it does help their chances overall.
Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes when I'm playing, I'll kind of emotionally commit to a site.
Yeah.
Like, I'll start planning several steps ahead, and then I, get caught up in that, and I don't want to switch.
These guys are pretty active on the comms
They
for that, it
are,
seems like,
they
yeah.
are.
Delete has a... They're kind of splitting the C, so it's going to be kind of hard. Oh, that is a good pick onto Booth that they did need.
Blocking vision.
Ooh,
Cruz retaliates.
cleans out C.
They're going to start planning now. Oh, Delete is on site now with this operator.
Freshly healed.
30 seconds
Yep.
left.
3v4, although they do have Killjoy ult here. I don't know if... I think they might just rip, but who knows?
Yeah, but even then, the Sova ult is such a good response to a Killjoy ult on defense. They can back way off, wait for the defuse, and then just light it up.
The thing is
Yep.
I
there's the
think
defender.
it's fine trading.
And there it is.
I think it's fine trading from the side of Ghost, though, because then you don't have the post-plant, ult lineup from Sova.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my gosh, 2v1 here and Delete with just the operator 2 kill. Yeah, I think overall, though, the Killjoy for Hunter's Fury is fine. Because, like I said, from Ghost, I think making it so Sova has to only use his Hunter's Fury for your Killjoy ult
That's fair.
allows you to not have to worry about the post-plant one.
The Killjoy ult has only so many utility, like utilizable locations, but the Sovas, yeah, I can appreciate that. Getting that off the table from the other side is important.
Because if they do get to the scenario where it's just Sova left and he
Yep.
does have ult, it's so much harder to win that round.
Right,
Whereas right there,
right.
it's gone, right?
Yep.
So, okay, Delete going first with the operator too, just always peeking everything. Oh, and there, this is what we kind of
Some
wanted.
op
We were talking
action.
about, yeah, the Reskin operator battle. We didn't see any from last map, but we are going to see it right now, and this is going to be fun to see.
Time to hunt.
Let's see. It looks like they've pushed back a little bit. Going back on to see a tiny bit.
Oh my gosh, Boof just went on the corner with holding out that utility.
Goodness.
That was madman.
Yeah. Definitely gutsy to be peeking with the bird. Oh, no. Devin forced to watch his
Oh, the
girlfriend
Wraith
go
form
down.
too. Great job.
Oh, 4 of them on him right there.
This is just chaos here for this mid.
The close off, you just kind of have to just throw off into the distance.
Yep. Oh, nice shot from Delete though.
Neat.
3v4 here. And Drought are still kind of pressing this B.
They are, yeah. I don't think I would be, but they are hungry for it.
Reskin gets a great shot on
down
Devin,
mid.
but also trade right
Oh,
forward.
there it is.
2v2. Sova is very low on the side of the.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
nice shock dart.
Goodness.
So this is a crazy
seconds
round.
left.
Great utility from both teams holding these angles.
It really is. And holding a D, they keep putting so much pressure on that
Yep.
site, even though the other sites were open. But we see the switch now, and Drought
Yep.
decides to plant on C.
1v2 scenario.
Yeah, an Op and a Sova.
Sova is pretty low here. Oh,
There's knife potential, and they're moving back, playing in pocket.
Killjoy.
I like to call this the retake.
I have the lineup. Okay, Killjoy is going to go into Garage here. They're both playing long, which I like. They're playing together. They know that they have a 2v1. Let's use that advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
Running pretty low on time here, though.
But until they hear it.
They do. And they know it's a
One short,
fake
one
for
long,
sure.
they
Last
both out.
player
Oh
standing.
no! The ability, all
Oh.
the utility that comes from the 2v1 is that
And yep,
trade.
that was fantastically played by
Well played.
Delete.
I was
And
right there.
both of them. I think the one thing is like even if they
Match
trade the
point.
Sova there, which has like 20 HP,
Right.
her just stopping the
do that.
defuse
Yeah.
and then getting her, and then she has to redo it when Delete is still on the corner.
Yeah.
And so the time was ticking. Just
It just
Yep.
changes the timing. and
Absolutely.
adds pressure over time.
And it's game point here for the Drought. If Drought is one round away from being the first winners of the Winter Esports Tower.
And Ghosts are looking at 5 rounds here.
Yep.
Can they pull
And
this
Ghosts
together?
don't get too big of a buy round as well. They have a
No,
lot
and
of
the other
eco
team has
guns.
to keep that
Yeah.
up.
Oh, the dogging themselves.
Oops, getting excited. Oh, not a lot of utility out of that dog. Sorry,
Empress being ripped.
Indeed, yeah. If this is the time to use those utility.
Oh,
Knives
great
are
flank
out.
from Booth though. Gets one, finds the 2, does do damage to him.
Definitely doesn't. Trying to push back up on that damage. Cloudburst tries to hold him off. Pushes into it anyways.
Reskin just
Gets
pushes
him.
through the smoke. Oh my gosh.
Turnaround is great. Timing is on point. One right behind
Yep,
him. though.
Seekers.
Seeker lets him know, but I don't think he follows it. Oh, there we go. He's going back for it.
Blinded.
The bird
enemy
takes the
remaining.
Killjoy.
Great.
He's on a roll
Yeah, Boof
here.
is
Everybody
going
else is just sitting in his
crazy.
pocket. Spike or Sight is open and they're creeping up on it.
The
Boof has
Bulldog.
done his job. There's one left. Luno. Can she clean it up for the Ghosts?
Yeah, 1v2 scenario once again. They have an op this time as well, but they're both essentially full HP, full armor.
They're in the spot to run it what they did last time, just one more time.
Oh, great
Goodness,
dissipate here.
That's the call. Shut them down. They can't use the
Yes, they
Sova.
do have the pull-in though, and they do have shock darts.
Oh no.
Yep. And overall, just fantastic. So that was overall just congrats to the Drought as the first esports winners of the winter. Yeah, so great job. And honestly, a fantastic game from Ghosts as well for being an all-free agent team.
To be able to push back that hard in the second game too, props.
Well, do you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, game producers? Then join the club. Esports Tower players get inside access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. And on the list next is the player of the game here, and I think for me there's two big candidates, and I think it's between Boof and Delete. I think they were fantastic today. I mean, every game was like 20 plus kills and all of that. I think personally, I'd probably give it a little bit up to Delete. I think Delete's operator today was just fantastic and using a great job on the Jet. What would you think about it?
I would give it to Boof.
Yeah.
We'll see what production did, but I think Boof really provided aggression, and it was constant. And Delete played really meticulously, but Boof was just a pressure that was always there on the other team.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, and I think overall the Droughts just had a fantastic day today. I mean,
He did.
Devin played great on the sites.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, the utility there from Brood, I think it was just a fantastic job all around. And I think, you know, we'll have to see who it is, because I think it's whoever it is, you know, obviously deserve it for the day. And it is going to be Boof. I will say Boof's aggression was just fantastic today. I've never seen a player just always have the dial turned up. There was times on Breeze where they'd kind of lose a gunfight mid, and they'd still kind of lose, you know, but they'd still go to do it again. The player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central. Helping members achieve financial success, Boof is the Idaho Central Player Union player of the game. And I think well-deserved. It was just overall fantastic.
Well done, Boof.
And, you know, I think overall it was Boof's flexibility to play the Rays and then also just play the Sky so aggressive is kind of what you need, especially when this meta of like Sky kind of taking that role of an extra duelist is, you know, in effect.
Yep.
I think that's overall huge when you can play a Sky just like a duelist with that aggressiveness. Because I think sometimes people play that, they see, you know, teams doing that with just one duelist and a Sky, and they don't play as aggressive as they could, as, you know, as a duelist would.
No, a beacon to Sky mains around.
Anything you kind of want to say to, you know, before we...
To close it off?
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Not really. That was an excellent play. I'm ready to see how the season continues to play out. Those are some tight games. I loved the pressure and the push from both teams, even when, you know, the point spread wasn't looking in their favor on both sides. We saw each of them have a leg up on each other and some good turnarounds.
Absolutely. So congratulations to the Drought for winning our Week 1 Winter Rumble. The Drought looked poised to be the top of our Rumble for a while as they dominated this week's event. The Ghosts were just as impressive with 5 free agents, including Luno, in their first Rumble ever. Did a great job making it all the way to the grand finals as well. Join us for our Esports Tower Week 2 Rumble and see if anyone able to stop the Drought. A shout out to all the teams in the Rumble for kicking off the winter season with some spectacular games. If you want to figure out how to compete in the Esports Tower Rumble, make sure you visit esportstower.com/Valorant. Congratulations to all these week's teams, and we will see you Monday for our Week 2 Winter Rumble right here at twitch.tv/Boise State. We will now close out with the top 5 presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering $20K bonus in your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Thank you very much, and here's top 5 plays. Kind of trade there, but Orthodox is just going to wall as, you know, the Ghosts kind of just stack this A side.
Yeah,
but
they're walking right in.
we could.
Space is open, but they're trying to go heaven. 2 are walking heaven, though. Aries.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
What a slaughter.
I don't think Boof let go of the trigger. Boof is just so aggressive in this mid, but yeah.
For a goodness. And Rafa with the turnaround, making sure that goodness.
Oh, great
Right
trades.
in mid. Yeah, it kind of all happened at once.
Ooh.
The lead staying true to his true to his school there.
It is now a...
It's paying off. Why stop?
Okay, Cruz just kind of see Cozy here. Cozy's looking right, though.
Ooh, Cozy gets distracted.
Oh, Ellie.
So close.
Great pick from Ellie there.
Oof. Knifing in uncontested territory.
Okay, has to peek the corner. Oh, close. And an A, though, does not kind of... Wow, that's hilarious stuff for collateral.
Orthodox playing with the ice wall again.
Delete is holding this angle. They do have the res. Are they gonna pop knives? Probably not. There's no way to hit that shot. Oh my god, they hit red skin. That wasn't even the res.
Goodness. Yeah.
Jet does have the knives though. This is...
A good flash. Tries to play off of it.
Oh my gosh, the knives.